J-E-T-S,
Good job today, man. It's one at a time, and we'll get the job done. Y'all know what to say. On three. 1, 2, 3.
and the home of the Jets.
Good evening, everybody. Let's talk Jets. March 9th, the first day of the tampering period. And we got a lot to talk about, Bubs. So much to talk about. You got trades, you got signings, you got guys that have left, guys that we want gone. Very interesting day for Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn.
Yes, interesting day, very busy day, starting with the Minkah Fitzpatrick trade early there in the morning, and then we get a couple signings in the afternoon. But all in all, I think a pretty solid day. I think for the most part, fan base is pretty happy with the moves that were made today. So looking forward to diving into it. Should be a lot of fun, and obviously still a lot more that needs to happen. We still got to figure out the quarterback position. We'll see what they do offensively, but I think pretty clear. We talked about it going in. They were going to spend on defense, and that's exactly what they did today. From a trade perspective, 5 free agent signings as well, all 6 moves on the defensive side of the football. So their plan was to rebuild that unit, and they started to do that today.
Yeah, 100%. Like looking at the free agent class, we kind of said, the Jets could spend heavy on defense and then look to the draft for offense. They did exactly that. And today you're waiting for the noon kickoff of legal tampering, and boom, trade for Minkah Fitzpatrick. And I got to give Ian credit, man. Jets Central's been on this for about a month now, saying they should trade for him. You got really good value, 7th round pick, no big deal. Yeah, no big deal there. 3 years, $40 million. Don't care about the money really that much. 29 years old, former All-Pro, Pro Bowl caliber guy. But to me, it's like you're adding adults to the Jets secondary, professional guys that they hold you accountable. They're leaders, different level of intensity, different level of accountability. And when you have young, impressionable guys all throughout that locker room like A.Z. Thomas, Malachi Moore, like that, Fitzpatrick is going to pay huge dividends, especially with Aaron Glenn, too, a communicator to your secondary. So this is a very, very solid move for the New York Jets.
Yeah, I love this move for this Jets team, and it comes at a very big position of need. We talked about the hole there at safety, and what I just love most about it, they finally invested at that position instead of going bargain basement shopping in the Tony Adams of the world, the Isaiah Olivers, the Andre Siscos. They have rolled out some really bad safeties last couple of years. I even go back to even when we had a good defense under Saleh, you had LaMarcus Joyner back there.
Yep.
The safety position has been weak for this team for a long time. And you're spot on. Not only is this a big-time piece from an on-field perspective, he's versatile. He could play the box. He could play outside corner. He could play slot corner. He could play deep. He could do just about anything. He can kind of fill that Brian Branch role for how Glenn utilized him in Detroit. He's a leader, and he's a leader. He's a guy that's going to be able to be a big-time voice in that locker room, a big-time voice on the field. And he's got a proven track record, too. So, and still 29 years old, still south of 30, 3-time first-team All-Pro, Pro Bowler 5 times. The 3-year, $40 million deal, $13.3 million per year. Still don't know the exact specifics yet of guaranteed and the cap hit and how it's all spread out. But for a 7th-round pick to get an All-Pro player that's still playing at a very high level, that's still in a lot of areas, is in the top 10 at his position, that could do a lot of good things from a run-stopping perspective, good tackler, 21 interceptions in his career, has proven to be a ball hawk. He forced 5 turnovers last year. The Jets had 4 takeaways as a team. He helps force turnovers. Jets didn't do a lot of that. He fits a massive hole, does a lot of things that the Jets didn't do well last year. Really like this move. And it's another example of Muji being able to show that he could be aggressive, calculated aggressiveness, pairing with a 7th-round pick. You essentially got, because it was the pick they got back for Brownlee. So They turned that 6 that they gave up for Brownlee into essentially Brownlee and Minkah Fitzpatrick. So that's a really good value, I think, there, and a much-needed addition to this safety room, and a much-needed leader, too. on this defense.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to make the tone throughout the show is going to be changing the culture, leadership, physical players, love the game of football, high motor, high energy. And then you also got to figure Fitzpatrick's got ties to Duker from Miami last year, Ryan Slowick too. So the Jets coaching staff knows all about Fitzpatrick firsthand from dealing with him. Now you bring him there. And the other thing too is last year when Glenn was getting players, it was for Steve Wilkes' defense. Now they're bringing players for his defense that he's calling plays for. So it may, in the eyes of something like, well, he doesn't really fit. No. This has got to be Glenn's vision of what he thinks fits for his defense and how he's going to use him. So Fitzpatrick could be a Swiss Army knife for him for all we know. Use him in a variety of roles, very versatile players. So you got to give Muji credit, man. He's made a lot of trades as general manager of the Jets, and pretty much every one of them you're like, damn, that's pretty good value. Damn, that makes sense. Like no cap buster, nothing that you don't cringe. You're like, we got a lot of times you feel like the Jets got the better end of the deal. So I like the move. Like you said, dude, the safety position has been a black hole for the Jets. It's always been up here like the Tony Adams. It's always been a liability. Even Jordan White. Man. Yeah,
Whitehead, yeah. So he had the only bright spot with him was the 3 interception game during the Rodgers game. That was about it. But yeah, to your point, and I think what I like most about these Muji trades is they're the 6th, the 7th round picks. The value you would get with those picks is probably not going to match the Jarvis Brownlee impact, the Jawan Briggs impact, the Harrison Phillips impact, or the impact that you expect Minkah Fitzpatrick to make. So when you're able to pair with those late round picks, automatically you feel like you're getting more right away out of Fitzpatrick, out of all those guys, than you probably would sticking it out and waiting and picking with those 6th or 7th round picks, where the odds of you hitting on those picks in the 200s are very, very low.
Yep. So you go from, you got Minkah Fitzpatrick, then the Jets go out and get Dane Belton from the Giants. So the safety position, everybody's like, oh, Malachi Moore this. Now you got 3 safeties. You got Dane Belton, special teams guy, but he's also seemed like he's a ball hawk, dude. Ball hawk. Yeah. And more importantly, he's a hitter. Very consistent tackler, like a thumper. And that's what the Jets need more than anything. How many times have you seen safeties get blown off the ball, can't tackle, can't do this, can't do that? Yeah. Now you're adding guys that can get interceptions, can hit the quarterback, got range. It's like you're really overhauling the position where now you have competition too, which is great. So Dane Belton from the Giants, another a solid move. And it's not, what is he? He's 25 years old, 1-year deal. Like, all right, like good. More pieces to the puzzle.
Yeah, it's a cheap contract, 1 year, $6 million, 25 years old, like you said, could play special teams, entering his 5th season. To me, it's a nice compliment, nice balance to Minkah Fitzpatrick. Minkah's kind of your veteran, your leader. Malachi Moore, 2nd season. He's, younger piece. Dane Belton, another younger piece. Do they potentially draft? You probably look to where they draft another piece. I think they're probably done adding now at safety. I think you would look at the draft and expect another name. So you potentially add a rookie to that room. It's a nice balance of veteran, nice balance of some youth. But yeah, you're spot on. Belton's a guy that's had 6 interceptions in his career. So he has a knack of getting the football when he's out there. He's a short tackler. I think it's only like a 4% missed tackle rate in his career. So very low missed tackler and missed tackle rate throughout his career, and good tackler, short tackler. And that's something that's key for this Jets team, especially in the secondary. There's been so many times, even prior to last season, even under Saleh when that defense was at its best, where you're taking bad angles, over pursuing on plays, just missed tackles, weak arm tackles, all those things. Belton's a short tackler and has a knack for taking the football away, which the Jets clearly with Minkah and Belton, there's a bit of a vision there. Both guys have had some success taking the football away in their career. Jets did not do that at all last season, so you hope that can carry over.
Yeah, so you look at the safety position was a huge hole, and then you look at the defensive line where Jermaine Johnson gets traded, and the Jets' run defense has been horrific. Last year was a complete just joke where they're getting blown off the ball. They weren't stout. They weren't physical. They weren't nasty. Couldn't generate a pass rush. And like, how are they going to do it? Like, oh, well, just go in the draft and handle it. But I'm like, if you can add more pieces here, the draft becomes a little more interesting. They go out and do that in a big-time way today, man. Starting with Joseph Asai from the Bengals, 25 years old, 3 years, $36 million, 22.5 guaranteed. He had, 43 pressures, 5 sacks. But the first thing everybody says is high motor, high energy, relentless pursuit, like perfect. Like how many times do we see, we got tired of seeing Michael Clemens. You got tired of seeing McGregor. You got tired of just seeing guys that are quitting, getting blown off, not physical, not tenacious. And it's like now that the changing the guard now. This defensive line, as we go player by player, it's nasty, it's physical. And now you're seeing Aaron Glenn's vision, like, all right, these are the kind of guys we want. And that's how you're going to change your culture on defense as well. So very solid. Another thing with him too, he's very versatile, dude. They're saying like he played outside linebacker, defensive end, defensive tackle. Cool. Works for me, dude. Worth a shot.
Yeah, here's how I view the defensive end room for the Jets. The two moves they made today are two huge upgrades. The fact of the matter is the Jets just need good players at that position. They just need competent NFL players, good NFL caliber players. You're spot on with the names that they've been rolling out there. Michael Clemens, Eric Watts, Braden McGregor, Tyler Barron, Kingsley Jonathan. These guys are not even close to NFL caliber players. These guys are not even close to sniffing any play time on any other 31 of the other NFL teams. They just need quality, good, young NFL talent at that position, good quality depth at that position. And that's what Joseph Asai is, $36 million over the 3 years, the $22.5 million guaranteed. You mentioned it, the 43 pressures, 5 sacks. He's now had 14.5 sacks in his career. 10 of those have come in the last 2 seasons. So 5 sacks each of the last 2 years. He also had a career high in snaps. The pressures were a career high. He had a career high in pressure rate, pass rush win rate, and he had a career high in run defense grade. So he's coming off of his best season of his career. And now you get him at 26 years old, or he'll be 26 in April. You get him entering the prime of his career on a 3-year deal as he enters year 5. I really like this move. High motor, like you mentioned. You got long arms, good size, physical, kind of fits what you would want or expect in an Aaron Glenn type of defensive end, expect in what Aaron Glenn wants in his guys in this defense. And it's a solid addition, guy with upside. And what I like most about it too, and this kind of goes for a few of these players, if you take a look at last year's free agent class, they took a chance on a lot of guys coming off of down years, right? Cisco was coming off a down year. Josh Reynolds at the time was coming off a down year. I kind of like the approach a little bit more this year. You're getting guys that are coming off of good seasons where feels like they're finding their stride. Asai rather. We'll obviously talk here in a second, I'm sure, about Anagbare, but like those guys, they're coming off of good seasons. They're entering the prime of their career. It's a good time to give them that money, bring them in, and add much needed depth at the position. And like you said, he's pretty versatile. He played in a 4-3 in Cincy, but in college he actually came out more as a 3-4, so fits into a 3-4 as well, which schematically is where you expect the Jets to be headed. So I like this move as well.
Yeah, 100%, dude. A lot of really good points there. And it's like you're thinking of the vision they have here, and it's just you're overhauling it. Where last year it's like towards the end of the year, it was like you didn't know who was even out there. They had no rhime or reason. There's no physicality. It's like all this. And then you go out and get Kingsley Anagbare. I'm probably saying his name wrong.
Anagbare.
Yeah, 26 years old, 1 year, $10 million. And the first thing you read about him is run defender, high motor, high energy, relentless. Perfect. Can you figure how many times last year could the Jets not set the edge? It's like every facet of run defense failed. And now you're getting those physical guys that can do this. All pieces to the puzzle, rotational guys, that's fine. The money, not even worried about it, dude. 1 year, $10 million, that's all. The Jets, in this point, they have cap space. They have to pay a tax fine. They need talent. They need to rebuild. If you go through it this way, fine with me.
Yeah, I like this signing as well. Like you mentioned, 1 year, $10 million. I'm not too worried about it. It kind of feels a little bit like a prove it deal in a way where it's, you've played 4 seasons in the NFL. You've shown some flashes as a pass rusher, really good as a run stopper. Can you take another step as a pass rusher, which would be great. But that's what I like too about this scheme fit. Runs, played in a 3-4 during his years in Green Bay, and proved to be a really, really good run stopper. I found this interesting. He was 4th among defensive ends in tackles per run defense snap. He was 4th among defensive ends in tackles last year, and he's been in the 87th percentile over the last 3 seasons. So he's been near the top 90th or so percentile at the position in run stopping as a defensive end. And he's also shown a little bit of pop as a pass rusher too. 11.5 sacks in 4 seasons last year, 24 pressures. That's not his bread and butter. The bread and butter is clogging up the edges, holding the edges, gap integrity, all those kind of geeky terms that we like to use, but they're all important because the Jets had none of that last season. And to me, he's like a nice balance off of Asai, who is your pass rush upside, 10 sacks last 2 seasons, all that. Will McDonald is your pure pass rusher. To get a guy that's good at stopping the run off the edge, I think is important for this team. You mentioned it, high effort, good hands, good size, good against the run. They need more of that, and they didn't have enough of that last season. And also a guy too, which is important, he hasn't missed a game. 68 of a possible 68 games played. Look, we talk about it. Best ability is availability. He's out there every single game, and he's good against the run. The Jets were awful against the run. You look at the safety position, you added some good guys against the run. this is a good addition against the run. It's important, it's needed, and they address it here.
Well, the thing is, too, is you want to get stout up the middle. You want to, it's all about the trenches, things like that. So the Jets are upgrading that. So, okay, now we're all talking about last night. We did it. Alex Anzalone. Yeah. It's a foregone conclusion. He's going to be Glenn's guy. And then you're like, there's all these little Demario Davis rumors coming back and forth. Now, let me say this. I'm a huge fan of Demario Davis because when he was here, he was a class act phenomenal. He's been very good to this show. I've interviewed him several times, went to his charity event. Very generous man. I was pissed when he left here. We all thought it was a foregone conclusion he was going to get re-signed. He didn't do that. He's been incredible with the Saints. He epitomizes leader. He is a culture changer. He is a leader. He is a been there, done that guy, and leads by example as well. So that's exactly what this locker room needs. But he's 37 years old. So there is the price tag. What was it? 2 years, $22 million. Okay. I think Alex Anzalone actually got less, which he's 2 years, $17 million. I think the Jets probably paid a Jets tax to bring him here. I think they paid a little more just to kind of coerce him. I mean, listen, man, you've got to help change our culture. You've got to help rebuild our program. But just like Fitzpatrick is Aaron Glenn's leader for the secondary, Demario Davis is that guy in the middle of your defense. He's going to be a captain probably right off the bat. Great. It's 37 years old, but for me, the expectation is be good against the run, get in and out of the huddle, get everybody in place. If you have to come out for a younger guy for other situations, fine. It moves Sherwood over, no problem with that. It's not a slam dunk signing, but I understand it. And I like it. He's just a good dude, man. Where like the Jets weren't going to get 10 or 12 Pro Bowlers to add here. You got to find pieces. You got to find guys that want to be here. I think Leo Chanel's still available, but a lot of other guys went elsewhere. So and then he also played with Aaron. Like Aaron Glenn also had him with the Saints. So they know each other, a lot of familiarity. And it's just like, all right, man, culture. Fitzpatrick, culture. Demario Davis, culture. This is how you change it, man. It's not going to be pretty. And if you draft young linebackers, you have young linebackers, he's the mentor. He's going to teach the Jets for the next 2 years. Here's how you go about watching film. Here's how you go about your business. Here you go being a professional football player, out with that old bullshit with the Jets, the same old Jets, the lack of effort, the lack of heart, the lack of hustle. This all changes, man. So the price tag, a little bit high, older player, I don't mind it. You still have Sherwood. Draft somebody, you bring somebody else younger to kind of play next to him, and I'm cool with it.
Yeah, to me, I'm not really too concerned. The price tag is a bit higher, right? 11 per year over the 2 seasons of the $22 million, $15 million guaranteed. Feels like you can kind of stretch out. Maybe it's like a 1 year deal in terms of the $15 million guaranteed on the front end, but we'll see all the exact logistics of it. But definitely a little bit of a higher price, probably a bit of a jet tax there. 37 years old, though, he's aged like wine. He's actually aged very well. He's one of those linebackers. I kind of look at him kind of like the Bobby Wagner type, where Bobby Wagner, as his career went on, actually got better. Demario Davis, same thing. Demario Davis, same thing. I'm right there with you. My earliest most earliest vivid Jet memories go back to like 2013, 2014, the end of the Rex era. And Demario Davis, I quickly became one of my favorite Jets at the time. And I hated it when they lost him in 2017 or after 2017. It moved that you look at the playoff drought moves, that was a move not bringing him back on that of a long list of during the playoff droughts of major mistakes. Letting Demario Davis go was a massive mistake. And he was one of my favorite Jets, kind of one of the first favorite Jets I had during those 2013, 2014 teams. Some of my earliest Jet memories. But to lose him, see all the success he's had in New Orleans, and to now get him back here, a little stint number 3.0, whatever you want to call it. I'm fired up. I'm happy, kind of the nostalgic of it all. It's cool to see him back, and he's an awesome leader. I was thinking earlier today, I remember this quote that Rex Ryan had back when he was on the Jets, something along the lines of comparing him to Ray Lewis just on his leadership. You talk about a guy and some of the great leaders in the NFL over the last decade, Demario Davis is near the top of the list. The guy is a true leader. The guy is when he speaks, guys are going to listen. And the Jets didn't have that last season. I said it, we both said it a lot of times. One of the things that they missed was CJ Mosley's presence in that room last year, because Jamie Sherwood's call like it is, he was overwhelmed. There was guys out of position, miscommunications, all this stuff. Demario Davis, that's not going to happen. And he's play on the field. He's still a very good linebacker. He had a career high in tackles last season. Like, he's still playing at an incredibly high level. He's good in coverage, good as a tackler, good against the run. He's just a really solid all-around player. You talk about availability. He's missed 2 games in his entire NFL career. He's played 227 of a possible 229 games. I think that's very important. This isn't like you're getting some 37, 38-year-old over-the-hill guy that's played 8 games last year, 9 games the year before that. No, he still plays every single game. He's going to wear that green dot on the defense, call the plays for this defense, be the guy for Aaron Glenn in this defense, be a leader on the field, make sure guys are in the right position on the field. That was something we saw a lot of last year that wasn't the case. And I think one thing, too, you look at it, you mentioned mentoring some of these younger players. I'm mentoring Jamien Sherwood, too. Jamien Sherwood last year taking on a bigger role, it was a disaster. You hope Demario Davis can mentor him a little bit, take him under his wing a bit. They miss C.J. Mosley big time. This, to me, is that type of player, that leader, that thumper at the linebacker position, the green dot. He'll be calling the plays, the
passion,
captain,
the energy.
Yeah, passion, energy, all that stuff. He brings all of it.
And the thing to think about too is think about like what Harrison Phillips said about having like almost like having that Jets pride where like they refuse to lose mentality. All like these are all guys with just a different mindset. Minka Fitzpatrick, different mindset. Demario Davis, different mindset. Where it's like you have to do all like this is like I know some people are complaining about it, but this is the state of the Jets. We were one of the worst fucking teams in football with one of the worst cultures in football. This is leaderless, lifeless, lost. And this is the way you finally slowly rebuild it and go back in the right direction. So, again, I understand the 37 years old. I understand the price tag. I also understand the state of the Jets and the kind of character you're bringing in with Demario Davis. Fine with me, dude. Again, but he's not the end. Like, make sure you get guys behind him because he's due to slow down and break down or whatever else. And don't get blindsided by it. Be prepared.
Yeah, no, 100%. He's 37 years old. It's there's no denying that. And guys sometimes hit their end very sudden. It could be something where right away he starts to struggle and he hits his end. Like guys, I don't want to say primes, but their best football can come to a close very quickly. Everybody's different, but in terms of a leader, in terms of a captain on that defense, the Jets didn't have that last year. They didn't have much of that at all in the locker room. Harrison Phillips, like you said, mentioned it. It's a cancerous locker room. They need leaders. They need guys that are going to be able to step up, especially on defense. It was a rudderless ship on defense last season. They were lost. You go through the coordinator change. This is Aaron Glenn's defense. He's got his hands on this thing. He's going down with this ship. He's calling the plays. He needs a leader. He needs a guy, a voice for that defense. You get that with Demario Davis, and you also get it with Minka Fitzpatrick too. 2 well-respected veterans, something that the Jets didn't have, and also 2 good football players. That as well. Just forget the locker room aspect. On the field, 2 good football players. Yeah,
and this is a great comment from Joe, because I'm an older fan. They're saying Demario Davis is Aaron Glenn's Pepper Johnson or Brian Cox, 100%, or Rex Ryan's Bart Scott. It's like that different kind of changing the guard here, which the Jets desperately needed. You mentioned they missed C.J. Mosley. They missed all kinds of things here. So smart move here. Next move they made, I'm probably going to screw the name up, David Onyemata. I think I'm close, right? 34 years old, 1 year, $10.5 million, 9.7 guaranteed. Run stuffer. And the first thing you read about him is nasty, physical, tenacious. Like, you got to be ready for him day in and day out because he brings it every day. Perfect. All you're talking about, like the Jets, we've always said we want dogs in the room. You want these high energy guys. You want to be physical in the trenches and set the tone here. On like have an identity on defense. And you're seeing throughout all these moves what their identity is. And I respect it, man. Again, the money to me, I don't even care about at this point. Like, oh, he's 34 years old, he's this and that. It's like, pay it, bring him in, change your defense. And that's a priority for this team so they can be competitive in 2026, and that's what they're doing.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. I like this move too. And have you seen the clip? I'm sure you saw it surface on Twitter of them talking after the Falcons game. Yep. Has a connection with Glenn, similar to Demario Davis going back to too. Going back to New Orleans, played with him. So has the connection there. Another veteran, steady veteran, entering 11th season, like you said, 33 years old. Good against the run stuffer, big body, 6'4", 310 pounds. They just need beef in the interior. And the Jets.
But I got a question for you though. They added Sweat. You have Harrison Phillips. You have Briggs. And I was talking to Ian about this before. It's like it almost seems like they have a lot of talent. They have a lot of rotational pieces, which is good. But I was almost like, man, does this make Harrison Phillips expendable at all, or you just? It's kind of the money's the only thing that made me kind of think about it a little bit. Yeah, because you could pick up, you'd save by getting rid of Phillips. I wonder that after the Tavondre Sweat move, if they would go out and get like a DJ Reader potentially and add him to the D-line room, if that would make Phillips expendable. I'm at the point now where I'd like to keep him. I think they should keep him. The more beef, the better. That's the way I'd put it. Like, just
to get more, put it best, fat guys, whatever you want to call it, like just more beef, the better in the interior of that defensive line. They were rolling out like Peyton Page, Jay Tufele last season. Like there was just some terrible Kalen Saunders, just guys that weren't any good.
Rough, man. The
more beef, the better. The more run stuffers, the better. Harrison Phillips is also a leader. So I keep him. And now you just add into the mix. Devondre Sweat, good D-line, good nose tackle on a 3-4. David Onyemata, Jawan Briggs showed a lot of good things last year. So look, they were awful against the run. Onyemata's made a living stopping the run and being a solid run stuffer. And they need more of that. And they added that with Sweat and Onyemata. You pair it with Phillips, you pair it with Briggs.
Dude, you entered free agency with a litany of holes on defense.
Yeah.
You've now tried to patch up your defense with a lot of quality players at the right positions. Yeah. So it's hard to be mad about it. Like again, we can find holes in every player. Well, he doesn't do this, doesn't do that. Listen, It's easy to be miserable. It's easy to downplay it. But Aaron Glenn's getting his guys that he has familiarity with. Either he coached them, they work with the Dolphins guys. So they're all pieces. They're all pieces of the puzzle, which I'm excited about. Yeah. And there's still moves to be made. Then they brought Andrew Beck back, fullback, which is 1 year, $1.5 million. You want to run the football. We actually had high expectations for him last year. I know Joe Blewett was raving about him in terms of like a blocker, can run the ball, can catch the ball. We saw little pieces of that, but the play calling and offense was so terrible. You didn't really get to see what you can do with him, but bringing Beck back makes sense. So the pieces to the puzzle. Again, a lot of defense, very little offense, but there are some concerns though. So do you want me to go through those now?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, probably too much positivity right now. But
we got to go through it all. I mean,
overall, good day one. Definitely still some concerns, no doubt. And look, all these pieces, they're all not perfect. One thing I will say that I do like, I kind of like the balance that the Jets took with some youth and veterans. Yeah. Minkah Fitzpatrick, veteran. Demario Davis, veteran. Onyemata, veteran. And then you've got your youth, your Kingsley Enagbare, Joseph Asai, Dane Belton, all guys that are either 26 or 25. So kind of a nice mix of some veterans, some leaders, some captains, some experienced guys, and then some of your youth, your untapped potential, your banking on upside type of guys too, which I think is a good way to approach it. I think last year they were, I don't even know what you want to call last year's free agency. There's no way to describe it.
A lot of misses. So
yeah,
you look at
definitely.
this. So I think one of the players we all kind of assumed would come back was Nick Folk. And lo and behold, he's not coming back. He's going to the Falcons for 2 years. So I was like, wait a minute. He was arguably the Jets MVP last year. Consistent, all reliable. You figure if you want to run the ball and play good defense, can be a lot of close games. You're going to rely on your kicker. And away he goes. I'm not going to lie to you, dude. I was completely surprised.
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought he'd be back. I know he wanted the pay raise. The Jets, I'm surprised they didn't bring him back. I know he likes it here. He talked about it last year. The family likes it living here, obviously his first stint, and then in last season. Definitely disappointing because he was so good for the Jets last season. Won them a couple games, won them the Falcons game. And for all accounts, he showed no signs of slowing down. Like, look, could he fall off a cliff this year? Sure, but until he does, having him as your kicker, having him as your reliable kicker is great. I would have liked to bring him back. I thought they were going to bring him back. I didn't really even think of it otherwise. Like I thought for sure he was just kind of a shoe-in to be back. You'd get him back, 2-year deal, all that stuff. And, we'll see how things play out. Obviously, Zuerlein fell off a cliff. It's very possible. Folk at 40, I think, 41 now, could easily fall off a cliff. They're like relievers in baseball. But until he does, there's no reason to let him walk. So I was disappointed to see that, definitely a little bit surprised. And now it opens up a door because they had Mevis went to the Rams last year. So you have to hope that they are able to find kind of their Austin McNamara at kicker, right? That you hope that they can kind of find that hybrid type of player where you bring in a young guy, whether it's draft.
Everybody has faith in Chris Banjo, though. So you're like, all right, they had Harrison Mevis, who actually ended up being good for the Rams. So hopefully find another one. So then you look at, kicker's gone. Then you look at John Simpson's gone. And as of now, it seems like AVT's got out market and doesn't appear to be wanting to come back to the Jets.
Yeah.
You have a hole at guard too, where again, a lot of the guards have been signed. Now you could say, well, the Jets can go guard at 16. They can go that route. They can find depth pieces, but your offensive line, you want to be a strength. And right now, guard is definitely an issue where you got to think about how you're going to address it because it's a hole.
Yeah, Mo Simpson, AVT, the Costello comments earlier today sounds like he's out the door. I know the Giants showed some interest in him. We'll see where that goes. I think the market's just too robust. And it sounds like it's not so much the Jets, it's more AVT that just wants a fresh start.
Yep.
I still think there's some solid veteran potential options out there. Elgton Jenkins is an interesting name. He actually just got released from the Packers. If you go back, Jets signed Josh Myers last year from Green Bay. Do they maybe go back to the well from a Green Bay standpoint? I think it opened up like $19.5 million for Green Bay. That's why they moved on to open up some space. I made the Pro Bowl a couple times, 30 years old, good, solid, steady veteran.
Good call.
I'd be open to him. I mentioned it yesterday. Isaac Swamalo from the Steelers is another name to keep an eye on. 32, veteran, been around for a little while. I just think you still sign a veteran, still go the veteran route, guard, as opposed to then having to spend or use like your 16th pick on a guard. There could be a world where maybe you use 33 or 44 on a guard. I'm not one to spend a premium pick in the first round on a guard. I think I'd prefer go the veteran route and then day 2 rookie, but we'll see. I mean, it's no other way to put it. Look, losing both Simpson and AVT, there's obviously, a hole there and there needs to be an upgrade. I'm very curious on how they go about this.
Yeah, and that's
plan on drafting,
You got to figure you have some kind of faith in Musgrave and Frank Reich in terms of valuing offensive linemen who they want to bring into the system, their level of comfort. So you're okay there. So you have Folk is gone, guard is gone, and then we got to talk about the position that everybody loves talking about, quarterback, where the Jets, as of 8:30 tonight, still don't have a quarterback signed, but we've seen quarterbacks go elsewhere. You have your fringe guys, you have your Trubisky's gone, Minshew's gone, that's okay. And now apparently Brissett is the starter with the Cardinals. He's off the books. According to sources that were told that, I guess, Connor Hughes and whoever else, Derek Carr and Kirk Cousins aren't interested in coming here. So it looks like you're down to like Kyler Murray, Geno Smith, Andy Dalton, Carson Wentz, or you're looking at trading for somebody, which is, I don't think Mac Jones is going to happen. I don't think Davis Mills is going to happen. So it gets really interesting. I'm starting to lean, dude. If I had a choice, everybody knows right now, I'm thinking that Kyler Murray probably goes to the Vikings. That's been the rumor all along. Right? Yeah. If that happens. I mean, if Geno goes to the Vikings, I don't want Kyler, but I'm kind of thinking that's the direction this is heading. Oh, I'm sorry. Mariota's gone. Mariota went back to the Commanders. He's gone.
Yeah, Mariota's off the board. It's funny because it's interesting because the Kyler Murray news I thought by now would have happened. I thought it would have been one of the early moves in free agency with the way they were talking about Minnesota. It was almost like it was very close to happening, similar to Tua to Atlanta. Once you kind of heard the rumors there, he goes to Atlanta. So you get the 2 injury-prone lefty quarterbacks. We'll see how that plays out.
Yep.
I think we're leaning Geno.
Me too.
There's been a lot of the Geno gifts. It's funny, folk posted on X. I know you posted a Geno clip, little gif. I did as well. I feel like most of the fan base is starting to feel like Geno is going to be a likely possibility. Wentz as well. Dalton's another interesting name because Pickett went to the Panthers. So it feels like Dalton doesn't have much of a role there, doesn't have much of a place there. So that makes him expendable, which was already kind of the case going into the offseason. I think you're looking at Geno is a very likely possibility because it felt like it would have been Miami. Yep. I guess Minnesota's still a possibility there, but you're looking Geno, you're looking Wentz, and Dalton's probably most likely trade avenue too, because I don't see the Mac Joneses of the world getting.
I mean, I think it just comes down to once. I mean, if Kyler Murray signs with the Vikings, I think Geno automatically goes to the Jets because he wants to start, he wants to play.
Yeah,
so And to be honest with you, like if anybody's watched this show for the last 3 months, I'm out on Kyler Murray. I have no desire to deal with him. And I think if you look at the prototypical passer that Frank Reich wants, if you compare Kyler Murray and Geno Smith, it's going to be Geno. And I understand how bad he was with the Raiders last year. We could all talk about it. He sucked this, that, and everything else. Yeah, but there's a lot of things also went wrong there too. And we're not saying Geno's got to be a top 10 quarterback. He's got to be top 25. Like just manage the offense, run the ball, spread the ball around, complete the basic passes, get in and out of the huddle. Like we're not asking for a lot here. Just let Garrett Wilson shine. Let Mason Taylor do his thing. Like he can just hold the fort and just let us install a friggin' offense for once. And he can do that. I don't think he's as bad as everybody says, and he's not great. I think he's okay. He can do the job. Don't want Kyler Murray. And then after him, it's like, I don't want Carson Wentz as quarterback 1. Don't want that. Andy Dalton is going to be if you want to do Geno Smith, Andy Dalton, and then draft somebody, whoever, cool. Like I think you need 2 quality veterans to hide that rookie, whoever you draft, to hide them and say, you know what, you're not playing till like week 15. Like you're just not playing. We have 2 guys. If quarterback 1 gets hurt, quarterback 2 plays, and they're both intelligent and they can help Frank Reich get this, offense installed as quick as possible. So I don't have no problem with Geno. I have a problem with Wentz. I have a problem with Murray.
Yeah, I agree. I'm right there with you. He's talked about it last night. We've continued to talk about it. There's no perfect option. People are going to bash you if you bring up Geno. People are going to bash you if you bring up Wentz, Kyle. Like, there's no perfect option. All these guys have bumps and bruises. You're shopping from the used car lot, the junkyard, whatever phrase you want to coin. At the end of the day, all these guys are available for a reason. I'm right there with you. I'm not the biggest anti-Geno guy. I'm okay with Geno. Is he perfect? No. Does he have his lumps? Yes, but do I think he can run an offense at a competent NFL level? Do I think a lot of what took place last season was what was happening around him? Offensive coordinator fired, halfway through the year, worst offensive line in football, all of that stuff. I think a lot of his struggles had to do with that. This was a guy that won 10 games 2 years ago. This is a guy that thrown for over 4,000 yards, in a couple seasons over the last couple of years. So I'm totally okay with Geno. If you're telling me Wentz is like the backup guy that knows the system, played under Reich, I guess I'm okay with it, but no way am I okay with Wentz as a starter.
Yeah.
If you want Wentz as like the veteran, another leader grown up in the room that knows the offense that can help a young guy, I guess fine, but Wentz stinks. There's no chance I'm letting Wentz start. Geno, in my eyes, is going to give you more than Wentz, and he'll take chances, he'll take risks too. And
the other thing too is Geno. If one thing, he knows this market. He knows this market. Yep. He knows this fan base. He knows the media. So it's not like he's coming to get overwhelmed where you're like some of these other Kyler Murray can be like, just get caught up in the shuffle here, all the chaos of being in New York. Geno's been there, done that with all this stuff, man. Yeah. And he's weathered the storm and he's risen to the occasion. So again, not saying he's the end all be all perfect answer for the Jets, but look where we're at. Look at the options that are left here. And the question, and this is fair. Why do you think Geno would want to come back here? We just talked about it. There's not a lot of jobs left, dude. If you want to be a starting quarterback in the NFL, if the Minnesota position is gone, where's he going? With Pittsburgh? With Aaron Rodgers lingering there? Like there's not many spots left for Geno. The spot, like you said, was the Miami Dolphins. They want Malik Willis, big money. This is the spot for Geno. Or I think I was bummed out about Brissett. That's the kind of guy I wanted.
Yeah, I was disappointed.
Yeah, but this is where we're at.
And it was funny because it was like a couple minutes after each other when Minshew went to Arizona. It actually made Brissett more likely to potentially be dealt, but then you got the report a couple minutes later that it looked like they were going to hang on to him and he's going to be the starter. There was obviously some interest from Arizona and Jimmy G there too. Here's one thing I'll say about Kyler too. If you're going to sign Kyler, you've got to make it clear he's got to win this job. You can't just give Kyler a starting job. And I think a lot of the concerns you have about Kyler, the work ethic, the fact that they had to put a clause in his contract for a certain amount of study time, per week, basically telling him you actually got to prepare for games and work at it. If you're going to bring him in, he's got to compete because he's going to need to put in work. He's going to need to learn this offense, learn this scheme. He's going to need to actually put the effort in, have a good work ethic, go out there, be a leader in that room, be a guy that's going to try and win the job. You can't just hand him the job. That's one thing I will say about Kyler if he does come here.
Yeah, and I mean, Joe Flacco's not a crazy idea either. I wouldn't have Flacco as the number one guy, but Flacco played his ass off in Cincinnati last year.
Yeah.
Flacco's like the ageless wonder too. So there's a lot of different options here, but I'm thinking it's just, listen, man.
I think it's Geno. I think it's going to be Geno.
It is too, man. I think you're just waiting for the Kyler Murray shoe to drop, and then you figure it out. So a lot of moving parts here. The wide receiver market is pretty much washed up pretty quickly, but now you have the whole Brian Thomas Jr. thing. Do you trade for him? Do you not? He's coming off an awful year last year. Like his rookie season, okay. Last year was horrendous, dude. I had him in fantasy football. He was dropping passes all over the place. I couldn't take it anymore. So it's like, and according to Connor Hughes, they tried to trade for him last year, the trade deadline, probably saying, listen, let's get it while his value is declining and people are souring on him. Now he went through a complete year like that. So it's like, what do you want to give up for him? To me, I've seen in the chat, everybody's like, oh, give up, pick was like 44. So I'm not sure I want to do a second round pick for him, dude. I'm not sure I want to do that.
Yeah, I think it'd probably be 44 if they do make a move for him. He's intriguing just because of what he was able to do year one. And I was also a victim of the Brian Thomas Jr. fantasy tank. I think I said this last week. I took him ahead of JSN. The very next pick was JSN. I was stuck with Brian Thomas Jr. Last year, there's no other way to put it, was brutal. I mean, he had under 50 receptions. The drops were a massive problem. Everything was an issue to the point where they ended up going out and getting Jacoby Myers because they need another receiver. They needed receiver help there. The year 2 drop off was really rough. But look, it's a move that like you would understand from the Darren Muji standpoint because he's got 2 more years of control. He'd have the 5th-year option because he was a first-round pick. He's still young, just 23 years old. He'll be 24 in October. There's definitely intrigue there if you trade for him and then draft, let's say Mekhi Lemon, whatever, let's say 16, and you roll receiver room out there week 1 of Garrett, Brian Thomas Jr., Mekhi Lemon. That's intriguing, especially if you're able to get Brian Thomas Jr. closer to the player he was last season as opposed to the player he was, or 2 years ago, I guess now, as opposed to the player he was in 25.
Yeah, I'm trying to get his contract numbers too. He's really affordable over the next couple of years too. It's like, there was a tweet that came out.
Yeah, and you'll have him. Yeah, you'll have the control. He's young.
I can't find the tweet, but I know it was like ridiculously reasonable over the next couple of years. So basically, I will.
It looks per Spot Track. Looks like cap hit is just 3.9 million. Was his 2026 cap hit, or will be his 2026 cap hit. So and then 4 million in 27.
Yeah,
and then that'll be the 5th-year option. Yeah.
So we could talk about that. So we got plenty of people here that want to talk about the Jets free agency. So let's do it. We'll go to my good friend Bleed. What's up, man?
What's up, boys?
How you doing?
How's it going?
Good. Hey, first I want to bring up this Brian Thomas Jr. thing.
Okay.
It's a deep rabbit hole we got to go down. But the wide receiver coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars is the same guy who was in Chicago last year. So Rome Odunze hated him. And the year before that, he was in Washington, and JSN hated him.
Okay.
So if you follow the years that he's there, they have down years. So Jackson Smith-Njigba had a down year, he was there. And Rome Odunze had a down year, he was there. So it's an interesting thing to like look at. There, you can't argue with 1,300 yards and what do you have, like 11 touchdowns?
Yeah,
just 2 years ago. Can't argue with that.
So what compensation would you give up for him then?
I would give 44 for 2 years, and especially if it's 44 and you get a 4th or a 3rd back. Would you do that? I'd do that all day.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, if you're getting that back, hell yeah, and him, I would do that for sure.
Yeah, because I'm in the boat where I would rather trade 44 and 16 to go up to get. I want 3 good players. With the 4 picks we got, I want 3 great players. So I would trade 16 and 44 to go up and get a Caleb Downs. You know.
What do you think, Bubs?
Yeah. So you mean if we held on to 44, or do you mean trade 33 and move up? The last part.
No. So if I just with our 4 picks we got, I want 3 solid starters.
Yep.
So I would trade 16, and we're this like I don't know like how much you guys been following it, like the first rounders, it drops off like at 20, like with players like that are like really like solid starters. So I would take 16 and 44, go up to like Washington 7 and take Caleb Downs, or like
I want
dude, if Sonny Styles is there,
Sonny Styles, I'd want at that point.
If he's there, I think he shot his draft stock up at like I think he's going 5, or dude, he might go 4 to Robert Saleh.
Hey, he might go 2. You never know.
Saleh's getting talk about that. He's getting the band back together in Tennessee with the JFM signing too. Jermaine.
Yeah. Is there anything you guys wish you would have saw today?
Well, I mean, it's so early, man. They can still make moves there. I mean, there's constant moves. I think right now you're looking at guard. How you address the guard position? Wide receiver, wide receiver knew was going to be tough because the Jets, as of now, don't have a quarterback. So how do you come to the Jets if you know who's throwing you the football? So guard, defense. I mean, you kind of figured. Look at the free agency class. It was defense heavy. That's exactly what the Jets did. So, I mean, would you rather have Anzalone over Demario Davis? I mean, Leo Chanel still out there. That's
Yeah. Well, like my thing too is like with the free safety, I think Mika is my favorite out of all the free safeties we have in this free agent class, I prefer Mika over all of them.
Yep.
Because there's no like Xavier McKinney, like there's no like big fish. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I don't know. I think he's a stud. I want a true ball hawk back there. I want someone who's if a ball gets tipped, he's going to come up with it. You know.
Well, you need two things. You need a ball hawk and you need a thumper. You need a guy that can actually hit somebody finally, and you need a guy that can actually get the ball. So the Jets are adding. They're trying their best to add these guys.
Right. Dude, imagine if we get Caleb Downs. If we trade up like to 7 to get him.
So what's your vision? What's your vision for quarterback?
So I would go Geno because I think Geno got a bad rap last year because of the team he was on. Imagine Geno with this O-line. And that's another thing too is we should have paid like I guess we might pay AVT. But
I think he wants out.
Doesn't sound like it.
He wants
dude,
out.
like,
Barely, he wants big money too.
I would have paid like Zion Johnson, Ingram. I would have paid one of these guys and just called O-line good. I would have just done it. Or I get why you don't pay John Simpson just because of the penalties, you know, like that.
Yep.
The discipline frustrates me. So I would. Yep. And so let's just talk about AVT because he's probably the best guy right on the market right now. Yep. Do you give AVT 1 year, $10 million guaranteed up to 15?
But he's not going to take that because he knows his market value is going to be more than that, and he wants more than 1 year. He's not giving the Jets any kind of discount or bargain. Like, I'm going to give you a courtesy. Then he's not going to do that.
But is that it? Like, I don't know. He hasn't got paid yet. Like, people get paid fast and a lot. Like, or they sit for days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
There's got to be a reason he hasn't got paid yet.
What do you think, Bubs?
I don't see it happening. I mean, the report from Kaz just sounds like he's ready to move on, get a fresh start. I know that the Giants are eyeing him. I just don't see it happening. And you brought up Zion Johnson. I was interested in him as well. He got a good amount of change too. It was I think $49 million over 3 years, which was like $16 million. I think the projections for him was around 12.7. So he got about $4 million more than market value had him at.
But he plays.
I don't know how much the Jets were in on him. He's solid and he's on the younger end. Like I don't know how much the Jets were in on him, but he definitely got a pretty good bag at 26.
Yeah. Well, I just would rather have paid the guard, finish the O-line, and then that's something you can sell to Geno, right? You could say, hey, we got a perfect O-line. Like we got Garrett Wilson, Brees, Mason Taylor, and we can go to this draft and we can truly take BPA.
Yep. No, that's true. Yeah. Blade, thanks for calling in, man. We appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks, boys.
There you do.
Have a good one.
Ollie, what are you doing, man? What's going on here? What is this? Man, well, first of all, you always call in, first of all. So thank you for always calling in. That's just wild, dude. Send the email, talkjetsradio@gmail.com. I have some sweatshirts and t-shirts left, man. I'll send you something, dude. That's just crazy, man. That's just wild. You don't even say this kind of stuff, man. That's completely nuts. But thank you, dude. It's greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. So, and he's a great caller too. I always like when he calls in. He brings all the old school references too, which are always fun.
Yeah. Hey, called in last night.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of people want AVT back. I completely understand it. He's asking for huge money though. Everything you see, the reports all across it, where it's like we all know 3 out of the 5 years he's been injured. But he's versatile. He can do a lot of things. High character guy, captain-like guy. And, the market is really interesting. I think Connor Hughes keeps hinting the Giants want him. So we'll see what happens with that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's the injuries are the issue. When he's out there, he's an elite level player. Like you mentioned, the versatility has been key. But when you have the 3 major season-ending injuries, it's a concern when you want to invest long-term at that position.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Thank you so much, man. That's just wild to me. This guy, where in the hell have you been?
What's up, guys?
You've been in hiding, man. What do you took the entire offseason off?
Well, dude, you know how the fucking season went the entire year, dude. It tore me up and spit me out. Like I was so apathetic after the Miami game at halftime, dude. I couldn't deal with it anymore. And I went to hiding. No joke. I was like, I can't deal with this shit no more. But I have been watching you guys on the side, just kind of, not live as much, just with things coming up, but still love the content, support you guys all the way. But just ready to talk some ball now. Now I'm back. I'm bought in. Look at all these free agent signings. I'm bought back in. So yeah.
So wait, you're brought back in even though we don't have a quarterback?
Muji, he's proven his worth right now.
Yes.
You know, like I like the free agency signings. He's getting good value. He hasn't given up less than or more than a 6th-round pick for all of these players.
Yep.
Like proven veteran commodities. Minka Fitzpatrick. We got Mechie last year, obviously. That we got
AD Mitchell.
AD Mitchell. Like I know we didn't pay for draft picks with them because we got him in the sauce trade, but still, like he's getting value. You see that Muji is not a sidekick. He knows what the fuck he's doing.
Yep.
And I love it.
Yeah.
No, it's like there's not a contract right now. You see it's outlandish, like, oh my God, they grossly overpaid. What are they doing? They look lost. Like you're seeing the quality, you're seeing the character, you're seeing all of like the leadership, you're seeing they're paired up with their former coach. Like there's a lot of logic going on. Like last year you have a lot of questions. Like we had to kind of justify a lot of things last year. Like, well, maybe they're shooting for this. This year, there's a clear blueprint of what their play like a Jet is. Like you know what they're looking for now.
Blind leading the blind last year. That's really all it was.
Yeah.
We didn't sign anybody until after like training camp or like anybody substantial, right? Like we went into the season with who the hell is our receiver? We had Josh Reynolds, Garrett Wilson,
Tyler Johnson.
Like they're not even on NFL rosters. I don't even think they will be this year, to be honest. But
Nope.
It's a completely different feel, at least for me. Like they're identifying the talent that they want. They're identifying the guys that they want. They want mean, nasty, motivated guys who have a motor, especially against the run. And I think the players that play the run have an intrinsic, like motivation that not most players have, because it is the dirty work. It's the dirty work. Like all these players want sacks, they want pressures, all that kind of stuff. But especially in this defense, if one person, especially the nose guard, if they don't play up to snuff, anybody on the interior like that, it can really wreak havoc on the defense. And I think they're finding the guys that know how to play this defense. And it's starting to pan out and it's starting to come together. Fingers crossed. Glenn just has to know what the fuck he's doing, because I still don't trust him.
I don't trust him either. But then, so what would you feel about bringing in like a Geno Smith to be your quarterback?
What else choice do we have at this point?
It's true. There's nothing else.
Everybody's pretty much gone. I wasn't on the Malik Willis train. Like, who's to say that would have worked out for us just because he played 3 or 4 good games with the LaFleurs? Like, that wasn't going to work out for us. I'm okay with Geno, to be honest, at this point. Like, he's been here before. He knows the area. He knows the media. He knows what it takes to win. And to be honest, like if you think back to 2015, that's when we had Eric Decker come. That's when we had Brandon Marshall come, and he was supposed to be leading the charge. And then, he got punched in the face, but things happen. But him and Wentz, dude, put me in grippy socks and lock me in a hospital with 4 like walls that are padded at that point, because I can't stand Wentz. I can't.
Yeah,
those two in the room together, absolutely not. You've heard it from other players and people in the NFL that like him and Frank Reich, their style, I guess, is like they're buddies and everything, but in terms of like, I guess, a locker room setting,
it's not the best.
It's not the best. So just get two veteran guys. I'm okay with Geno. I guess Andy Dalton. I mean, Mariota signed today, right? So like, there's, I don't know. There's no answer, but you kind of want to have some confident football, right? Like we want the first pick overall next year, like hypothetically, right? Like we want Archie Manning, whoever wants to come out, but we also want to see confident football because we haven't seen it since the first 7 weeks of the 2022 season, and that was short-lived.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to see you want to see Garrett Wilson actually shine. You want to see what Mason Taylor could actually do in the offense. You want to see a good running game. Like when you have such piss poor quarterback play like Justin Fields, but you can't complete a screen pass, it hurts everybody. But now if you can install your offense, the Frank Reich offense, with a quarterback that can just manage the game. We're not asking to be a friggin' all-pro. Just manage the game and let him do the install while you're grooming a young quarterback, whoever that may be, your 4th-round pick, whatever it is. And then next year, you can listen, now we really know what we have on our team. We don't really know. We didn't know last year. You couldn't evaluate anybody. They're either they couldn't block, they couldn't catch, they couldn't throw, they couldn't do anything. So now you say, okay, now we know what we can do, and now we know we need in year 3. So I think Geno can help you with that. It's a starting block. It's not perfect, but man, I don't want Kyler Murray. I don't want Wentz. So I'm down to like Andy Dalton. I mean, or Brissett, and that's
Derek Carr. Is he actually going to come? Is he?
Apparently Derek Carr and Kirk Cousins don't want to come here. So okay, so it's not a lot of options left. Get it, Bubs.
Yeah, I would take out of the rankings. I'd go Geno, Wentz is near the bottom. Kyler's at the bottom for me too. Like I could get on board with, like I said earlier, Wentz is a backup. I wouldn't hate it. Him as a starter, no way. Dalton, I'm okay with as a backup to Geno.
Can you realize it's 2026 and we're talking about Wentz and Dalton?
Well,
Like,
that's the funny part is, ideally in a perfect world, you catch lightning in a bottle, similar to what they did with Fitzpatrick in 2015 with one of these bridge quarterbacks, and it would be crazy if that was Geno, because the reason Fitzpatrick caught lightning in a bottle is because Geno got punched in the jaw.
Yeah.
So now the history, going back, Geno's the one that's being the bridge, or even like a 2017 Josh McCown level quarterback play would be enough for this team to be competent this season. Geno, Dalton, that'd be at this point fine. Brissett's still my top option. I don't see it.
Yep.
I don't see Carr.
problem is,
Cousins
like,
is out.
Sorry to cut you off, Bubs. But the problem is
No,
like,
you're
we
good.
don't know what the hell we want.
yep.
Like, do we want to win this year? Do we not want to win? Do we want to be kind of good but kind of suck? Like,
I want to be competitive, dude. Like everybody wants to tank for the quarterback. I can't sit through a 2-15 season. I want this team to actually be competitive and show us something, dude. And you have 3 first-round picks next year. If you really want somebody, make the big splash that way. Trade away those fucking picks. I don't care. But just we've got to show what this team actually is. I can't mail in a season again. They mailed in last year.
And this
that
regime
means,
needs to
like,
win.
Glenn's going to be back then. Are you okay with that? Like,
Wait,
from last
okay,
year?
so okay, right now we all hate Aaron Glenn, right? We think he's completely incompetent. If he, with his own players, and this defense is now much improved, and they show better, and they show signs of life on offense, we're like, hey, you know what? Give Frank Reich a different quarterback, and they're actually maybe really good, or they can groom it. If you're seeing incremental progress, then Aaron Glenn's not going to get fired. And then, hey, you know what? We may have a head coach then. Maybe he actually learned and improved. It's not the worst thing in the world. Is it a bad thing that Aaron Glenn gets better and we actually have a coach? Like, he's got a chance to do that. I wouldn't be mad about it.
No, he'd just be a crazy outlier if he does.
Yeah.
Like, I'm rooting for him. He's the coach of our team. He's the next Jet. Like, he's an all-time Jet. Like, I'm rooting for him. But it's just last year, there's just things that I've seen that I just can't forget.
No,
It's
me neither. I wanted him
Well, we all
fired.
wanted him fired.
I wanted him fired
Yeah.
the day the season was over. And the fact that he got a chance to hire 2 new coordinators, I think, is absolutely ridiculous. But he's got a second lease on life. Now he's getting his guy. He's calling plays. You bring in Frank Reich, respected. They're spending a shitload of money. You got a shitload of draft picks. Talent's not going to be the excuse now. Now here's your pile of clay. Last year you did nothing with it. This year, show you can do significantly more with it, and then you get year 3. If you don't, go hire Sean McDermott next year. I don't care.
Do you think Frank Reich, like, is outdated, though? I'm worried that we're going to have it's a definitely big concern for me. Like, the new innovative young offensive coordinator with the motions and getting the defense off balance and just being able to utilize players in so many different ways. I don't
But
think
the thing is, but look at how piss poor our offense has been for the last 3. We went Nathaniel Hackett was awful. Engstrom was in over his head last year. Like,
Todd Downing.
if we're a top 25 a top 23 offense, we're improving. Like, we just got to bring professionalism into this to just be a competent NFL offense. And then that's progress. And then it's like, we're at rock bottom, dude. Like, it's a long way back up to the top for the Jets, but they take a big step from like being awful to just bad.
I agree. I agree. You know, I'm a Jet fan, a diehard Jet fan at first. I want to win. I just need to be proven. I've just been caught so many times where it's just like you think you're about to be, you know, have a good even end of the season. Like, we won 2 of our last 3 games towards the end of the season. And we played Miami and got our freaking ass whooped in the first half. I was like, well, that lasted real long. So, and I'm just curious what this regime is going to do with quarterback, at least especially in this draft. Like, everyone was talking about Simpson. Obviously, we could probably get him at 16. I don't want to touch him with 16.
No.
I don't think he's going to fall at 33. So I'm probably going to lean more towards like second. I wish we had that third. Thanks to Joe Douglas, we don't. But I would target maybe Nussmeier or something.
Yep.
I know there was a crazy shitstorm that happened at LSU. So, and there were some other issues and stuff like that. But I mean, we'll see. I don't know. I'm pretty apathetic. We're going 17-0. We're going 17-0.
Thanks for calling in, man. We appreciate it. Good seeing you, man.
Good to see you guys.
Have a good one.
I had to do it, man. I had to do it.
The World Baseball
It's just-
Classic.
It's just I couldn't.
Oh my!
It was like he was talking, and I was so distracted by it. I couldn't look away. I was dying over there. Hey, man. Good to see Sneakers. Sneakers to the boots is reinvigorated, man. This is so. For those of you that listen to us on a podcast network, we had V-Man celebrating something on the World Baseball Classic. So that was interesting. What are you laughing about over there, Afro?
How are you, gentlemen?
He's going to give us a Puerto Rican baseball history lesson. in a couple years.
Please stop. Let it go.
All right, Afram, we made a bunch of moves. It's 9:00 on the first day. Is Darren Muji the best general manager the Jets have ever had?
I would have to say, yeah, at this point. Yeah. Considering, hey, Armand. No, they made some good moves. Listen, he's putting the team brick by brick. He's putting together a team with depth. It's what we wanted. So, right now, what do we need? We're looking at a guard, a quarterback,
Two quarterbacks.
Let's try to get one first before we.
Listen, a
Let's
man
get
can
one.
dream.
A man could dream. That's right. And I know everyone wants this and that. You know what? You ever go to those vending machines where you have to put in $1 and that?
Yep.
We're at the point where we got these singles in our pocket and we stick it in, but it's just coming out because it won't take it. That's where we are. We got these dollar bills. These are our quarterbacks, and we're hoping one of these would work. And and then basically, that's our winner. So it's not like we have many to choose from. Listen, I won't have no problem if it was Gino. Basically, it's better than what we had, and as long as he can move the ball down the field. Hey, listen, last year he was running for his life. He's not a guy that can, he doesn't deal with pressure well. But then again, how many quarterbacks do? So you take what you have. I hope they do something in the guard position and not wait for the draft. They need something, What else?
We need guard, we need wide receiver. You need two quarterbacks.
I'm glad very happy with Demario Davis. It puts Sherwood on the back to where he was with, and he might perform better. He might be that pressure's off of him, and he may perform better. I like what they're doing now. The AG stamp is on this team.
Yep.
No excuses.
Zero excuses.
Let him call it as a defensive coordinator, whatever. At this point, you just need a competent defense. Let them complement it in the draft. Let's see what they do. Do they trade the 44th pick? I like the idea of going, hey, I'll give you the 44, but I want your 3 back.
For Brian Thomas Jr.?
Yeah. Yeah, there's ways of doing it. Yeah. He's not happy there. I don't think what's his name wants him, the head coach.
Liam Cohen?
Yeah. But he's not, Muji's not going to sit there and give up the house.
But it'd be nice to go into the draft already having him in place.
Yeah.
Him, Garrett, A.D. Mitchell. So it's not like a pressing need. Like the more flexibility you can have in the draft, the happier you are. But if you don't get him and you sign some fringe guy for like 1 year, $5 million, you're like, shit, we definitely got a wide receiver in the first round.
Yeah.
No, it's a good compliment. A new environment for him.
This is an interesting comment right here. From your good friend Oscar the Grouch. Afram is a budding star. I don't know how this man doesn't have his own show yet. We're lucky that he hasn't left us. I'm just waiting for the invoice. He's gonna start invoicing us for his for his incorrect cap charges.
Now, all joking aside, I have to hand it to all the content creators. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to do this. Constantly having to put out content, making time out of their lives to put these shows on for us every week, and I applaud them for that. All seriousness, it's not easy. It really is not easy because to be on top of this game, you got to be constantly putting out content, making sure you know what you're talking about, and you control this. So my applauds to you guys because you're doing a fantastic job.
We're not gonna be nice to you because of this now.
That's okay. You never are. So what's the difference?
You try to be nice as when
Bubs
Ripper
is.
takes the shreds. I
No,
mean,
no, but this is all to content creators. I wish them nothing but the best. My biggest thing is now, since the Kansas City signed Kenneth Walker, what do we have to do to please Tyson to move up in the draft and grab Love for him?
Oh, please do this. Please do this. I mean,
Okay.
well,
Could you possibly make a trade to include Brees with the pick to move up to that spot? Now, who would take him at this point? The only one I could see is New Orleans.
well, he's the Brees.
Yeah.
It's funny because the Brees Hall thing was interesting because today he started talking about the Jets and the money, and all of a sudden half the fan base was pissed, and I'm like, get him out of here. So
Yeah,
in order to trade him, he's got to sign his tag first off.
right.
He's got to get an offer somewhere else. But I mean, I continue to think that Brees Hall, while he'll get his deal with the Jets, he'll do all this. I think he'll be traded at the trade deadline this year. I think he's out of here regardless.
I think so. Yeah, that's right. I forgot it. I saw that New Orleans paid Etienne. So does that mean
I'd take Jeremiah.
does Washington need a running back?
Let the look.
ETN got
52
what was that
million, I
contract?
think.
Yeah, it was a bigger deal.
Yeah,
What team you used to ask about? Washington.
Yep.
Washington would be.
I mean, they got
would be-
Moret.
Yeah,
Moret wasn't that good last year for them. I think Chris Rodriguez was another one. They could use
They-
running back.
I don't know, but it would be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows I'm a Notre Dame guy, but I think he's one of the best players in the draft in total.
Yeah.
Like he is just.
Oh yeah,
breaking down.
Because if they get Brian Thomas Jr.,
Yep.
they might want to use that 16 and move up.
So what are your plans for your own channel? So you tried to give us some fluff. Is this in the works?
I'm just going to hijack your show and just sit in the background like this. Are you
All right, so-
kidding?
But overall, you went?
I'm very
into this-
happy.
You went into this offseason complete doom and gloom. You were down and out. You hated everything. You were really bitter. Have you, as a little bit of a hopium, come into your system now? Like, you know what? I can see this defense getting better.
Yeah, no. Basically, I've wanted the defensive line to be built up, which kind of now makes you feel that Reese is going to be their pick because you got all these big guys in the front. He can roam free. When with Davis is a tremendous a run stopper. Now this kid could roam free in that behind the offensive line and do whatever, wreak havoc on them. So let's hope that comes into fruition. What the other thing was, did you expect any of these moves going in? Did you expect Fitzpatrick?
No, I mean, to be fair, like Ian called that for a while now. He's been talking.
No,
about
Ian. But I mean, when we're doing our discussions here.
No, I mean, we all talked about Curl and getting Nick Cross and a lot of different things.
Yeah,
Fitzpatrick, I wasn't sure about because I wasn't sure about the compensation and also the contract he wanted too, because you knew he's in a last year's deal. He's going to want a new deal. Did he want to break the bank? What do you want to do? His age was a little bit older, so you weren't sure. Did he fit the Jets mold? But apparently he did, though. So I have no problem with him.
Yeah, there's still a lot of good free agent day. I saw Devin Lloyd hasn't been signed yet, right?
Your guy.
Yeah.
Leo Chanel hasn't been signed either yet.
Still available.
Yeah. No.
Yep.
No.
Interesting.
Guards.
Romeo
what do you
Dobbs, I
think?
think,
I know.
hasn't got anything either. Right?
No.
Yeah, Dobbs still available. I'd take Dobbs.
Me too.
Armand mentioned that the Wyatt Teller from the Browns. He's 31, but there you go. I like that one. But yeah, there's some
the
good,
room with that. That's funny.
better than I'd last. Yeah.
Well, Ephraim,
listen,
it's good to see you smiling. It's good to see you happy.
let's see what happens. The
Keep
next
it last tomorrow.
It'll last. We'll see what they do. Right now, with the two signings, which would have been Brees and Fitzpatrick, they're down to 52 million.
Two signings.
not
They had like 5 signings.
No. Those are not official yet. So it's just Fitzpatrick is because they traded for him. So let's see when these come in. But they have from
plenty of
next
room.
year. They could take them next year. So let's see what they do.
When do you think
Wednesday.
When do you think we get an answer at quarterback?
Tonight. Tomorrow morning.
Possibly, yeah.
There's got to be
I
something, dude, because it's come down to the Vikings, the Jets. Somebody's going
Yeah.
to leak something soon.
Do you
I think once
they-
Kyler signs, the dominoes will start to fall. Like if Kyler goes to Minnesota, I could see right after Gino coming here.
Yep.
Do you think they hold on to Fields because they could designate him as a June 1st cut on June 1st?
Yep.
There's no
Yeah.
deadline. You think they hold on and try to trade him the last minute?
Trade him?
Yeah, a 6th-round, 7th-round pick. Hey, we've seen it
Bag of
before.
potato chips,
Yeah, who knows?
Just trade him.
Yeah.
a bottle of Jets uncorked.
Canadian League?
Yeah. I'm
What do we
surprised
got
they
traded
have.
for?
I'm surprised they haven't. They put designate him yet. This is a $10 million.
Well, also
ban.
to do him a service too. Like, listen, man, you're not going to be here. You cut him so he can actually go somewhere else and play somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know why they still hold. Hope they don't have it in their mind to have him as a backup.
Yeah, no, I'm out.
Oh,
I
because
think,
they
he
have to
wants a
pay
change
him.
of scenery, dude. I think Aaron Glenn and
I
him,
think
like,
we all want to change this.
well,
Yeah,
especially the way they ended last season, where he was hurt and didn't come back. The reason why they weren't playing because they didn't want him to get seriously hurt and be stuck with him this year too. So I think
I'm just surprised it's taking. Unless they know they're going to do it. They're just focusing on the free agency right now.
Yeah.
They can cut him at any given time.
Yep.
But listen, everything's been positive so far. You got to give it to that. And the guy seems to know what he's doing. And it's just hoping they pan out. But man, guys got paid this year.
that's every year. Well, Ephraim, we got Jack Straw is staring at me. He wants to talk.
Go
some
ahead.
football,
Go,
so-
Jack. I like Jack. Jack's a good guy. Good
We'll
night,
talk
guys.
to you later
Thank
on, man.
Be good.
Have a good one.
What's up, man?
What's up, guys?
Going.
You can tell it's March 9th. Everyone's in a good mood, and it's another off-season one. Apparently,
This is where we win,
Yeah.
man. We don't win in September, October, November. We win in March, April, and May.
yeah.
This is redemption season because we didn't win the offseason last year.
I'm not nearly as excited as you guys are,
Oh.
but yeah. I mean, look, it's like I like what Muji's done, but for different reasons, right? Like, I feel like you now have equipped Aaron Glenn with enough pieces that there just are no more excuses that you can build
Yep.
in. Like last year, it felt like they were. I don't even know what kind of defense they were running. I don't know if Aaron's what kind of defense they were trying to run, but it was all these Robert Saleh pieces on defense where you had like a 220 pounds Quincy Williams running around. The edges who were like weigh as much as me. Like. It just felt like they were trying to run a defense with a solid personnel, and it just was never going to work. So at least you got like the defensive line situated, and there's no more excuses for Glenn. Like he's got his prized free safety, so maybe they can get an interception this year. But part of me is just like, what are they aiming for right now? Like, is like if Vegas comes out with a line tonight. Like, is it 5.5 wins?
Yeah, but I mean, they had one of the historically worst defenses in the NFL. They're trying to be competitive on defense now. We're not going to get gouged week in and week out where the game's over in the first quarter. You know what I mean? It's like that's progress where the game's still a game in the third quarter. Like, all right, we're making progress here. We're not giving up 200 yards rushing every week. So it's just trying to improve things, man. Like it's not this is a true rebuild where you're at rock bottom of just you're weeding out all the bad contracts, all the unhappy players, all the bad players and bad coaches, and trying to move forward with it.
I always make fun of Aaron Glenn for like cosplaying as Dan Campbell or Bill Parcells, and this felt like a very 1998 Bill Parcells offseason when he brought in like Rick Lyle, Jumbo Elliott, Vinny Testaverde came in, Brian Cox, like lunch pail guys who like were just veterans that you didn't have to worry about. Like Rick Lyle was an example. He started every game that year. And I don't even know, he may have had like 1 or 2 sacks, but he was like around the ball all the time, controlling the line of scrimmage. Felt like that's what they were trying to get out of this offseason, which again, like, I don't have a problem with any of the signings. The Minka trade, like, I don't know that he's the same player as he was, but
look at the team. Look at what we watched the last couple of years, even under Saleh on defense. How many times they were lifeless, they were zombies, they had no passion, they had no pride, they were getting pushed around. Like, you've got to, we talk about culture so much, and it's actually true though. Like, this team has no identity anywhere. Nobody cares. Nobody had any
Yeah.
passion. Like you weren't seeing
Yeah.
anything on the field. So you've got to get those fire under ass guys. Like we thought, but you want dogs. You want we saw Brownlee come in last year, lighting people up. Like we haven't seen that in forever. Harrison Phillips showed us more than half these guys did. Even Membu, as a rookie, showed us more than a lot of these guys. Like you had too many zombies and complacent players here where you got to get these different type of players here to kind of rebuild your program.
Yeah, I wish they would have. I wanted them to sign Linderbaum, but I saw what he got paid, man. He's getting almost
Crazy.
$30 million a
Jeez.
year. Like
Yep.
that's just it's
Yeah.
and it's a 3-year
Great
deal,
history
man.
with that.
Like it used to be like when you paid these guys, like obviously you're gonna have to overpay for a guy like that, but like it used to be you got like a couple of extra years attached to a contract. These guys are getting 3-year deals now with like almost all of it guaranteed. It's like you don't even have a 4th or 5th year that you can look forward to where you go, well, you know, look, maybe the contract looks bad now, year 1, year 2, but it kind of you grow into it a little bit, man. These guys they're getting like NBA type
Yep.
contracts now.
Yep.
It's crazy. But again, none of this matters until you find a quarterback.
Yeah, quarterback, receiver, you need a guard. Like,
Yeah.
but this was. I mean, Bubs and I talked about this last night, where it's like the approach in free agency is kind of expected. It's a defense loaded free agency class. You load up on defense and you find answers in the draft for offense. But guard, he's right though. Guards kind of bother me a little bit though. It's like, oh,
It is, and
You
I'm
want that
wondering
stout
now,
line.
like, is
Yeah.
16 a spot where they like think
Yep.
about drafting the kid from Penn State?
yep,
Which you know, like, I'm typically against like drafting using high-end assets on like an interior offensive lineman, but like, I just feel like you got to create an identity to this team and like create a super unit up front. You know, like.
Yep.
Run this way, you can have any plug and play running back there, and you know you're going to have like you're going to be able to get first downs, just move the ball, control the tempo of the game, like eat some clock, play decent defense, and you've got a chance. It's just if you do build that super unit, the last guy I want running back there is Brees fucking Hall. Is there a softer, bitchier jet in recent memory than
he's-
Brees Hall? Like his little like these guys with their fucking Twitter, man. Like, oh, looks like Florham Park is throwing around a
they're
lot of money.
spending it.
It's like,
you got the
dude,
strike
you've
for
won
that.
like 7 games.
You got to
in the
get off
past
the
3
Twitter.
years.
Yeah.
Like, can you shut up and just let them cook for a little bit? Like, you're getting paid $14.5 million this year. Like, you're not struggling, man. Like, I don't know. I'm just like,
a lot of people are over Brees and his antics, man. Like a lot of them. It's just like I continue to think that he'll get his deal here and he'll get traded at the trade deadline. I don't think he's going to be
like,
here long.
dude, if he ran like Chris Ivory, I'd be like, dude, you're putting it all out there. Like, you're gonna have CTE by 30. Like, I get it, why you're upset. Brees runs like a fucking lady, dude. Like, you know, like doesn't hit the hole. Like, if there's not an open lane there, he's just like, well, I guess I'll have to. A strong gust of wind is gonna send me to the ground. I don't know, man. There's just not what I want from a running back.
Well,
Yeah, the
Jack,
Twitter-
oh,
The Twitter
Yeah.
stuff's terrible.
yeah.
No, yeah, like there was no need for that tweet today, and he was trying to backtrack and say he was happy they're spending money. It's just like don't post it in the first place. Like we all know the situation, the news that's been around, and the franchise tag, all that stuff. Like they got to clean that up, and I know Muji and Glenn don't like that. That was something that was big under Salah was all the social media stuff. We still see it with Brees. I didn't like it either, and I happen to be more of a Brees supporter. It's like just put the phone down for a day.
For
It's
10
stupid.
minutes. I
It's
get
just
it.
childish, is what it is.
And then AVT wanting to leave. You know, he wants a change of scenery. I'm like, the scenery is a medical tent, dude. Like you
Yeah.
haven't
It-
been on the field. Like what?
It wasn't our fault you've been getting hurt.
I'm like, and the Jets have some of the best facilities in the league. You know what I mean? Like you want
Yeah.
to spend time in a training facility, a medical tent. Like the Jets got you covered there, man. Like they're
And meanwhile, he was the captain of the team too. So
was he the captain? I didn't even realize
Yeah,
that.
he was.
Yeah,
He
well,
was.
It's one of
that's a
the
shame.
only
Jets.
one of the only good things the Jets have going for them is the facility. Other than that, they stink just about everywhere else.
Wait, Bubs, why are you letting Jack bring you down, man? The show started, you were smiling. Jack comes on. Now
Oh, no,
you're
I mean- No, yeah, I mean, it's still the Jets, but I like the moves, but I think we're all in the same boat of
We'll see.
still
We'll
have
see
concerns
how
about the
happy you
coach.
guys are tomorrow when they waltz Carson Wentz out for his introductory press conference.
Gino, I trust. I'm gonna have faith. If it's not Gino, I'm gonna riot. If they
Dude,
bring
the
Kyler
Dust
Murray,
off the
dude,
Gino jerseys.
the fan base has come a long way.
If it's
Now
Kyler
they're
Murray
rooting for
tomorrow at 7
Gino.
o'clock, I'm going off the rails. Ian will be
Nah,
happy,
dude.
but I'm gonna be completely off the rails.
They're not bringing that Twinkie in to play quarterback, man. He's he's not. He won't be a Jet. But last point here with the Brian Thomas trade rumors, like the Jaguars won what 12 games last year, something like that,
They're in
12,
the
13
playoffs,
games.
yep.
Why are they trading him?
He
Like,
was terrible last year.
no, I get it, but like, if they're selling, like, why should I be buying? You know what I mean? Like, if you can't make it work with Trevor Lawrence and one of the brightest
Liam
offensive-minded head coaches in football, like, why? We already have a receiver in Adonai Mitchell who like has no problem separating and can't seem to catch a ball consistently. Like, why are we bringing in another guy here and we're trading potentially a second-round draft pick for that? Like this receiving class this year, there's like 10 guys, 12 guys in this class, really deep. Like you get potentially 5 years of control for someone that you pick, whether it's Cornell Tate or Jordan Tyson or Makai Lemon or even some of those guys are might drift into the second round. Omar Cooper Jr. Like I don't like the idea of trading for a guy that you're going to have to, pay 12, 13, 14 million dollars on a 5th-year option in a couple of years. This team is nowhere near competing still. I mean, I don't know. I know you need a receiver, but I don't know if making that trade is the wisest choice.
Jack, good talking to you, man.
You guys enjoyed. Hey, Bubs, don't let me bring you down, man. I'm just a bitter old Jets fan who has been through it. Man. And again, I tell you this every time I call. This is your future, dude. You see this hairline?
Yes.
You got a nice, healthy lock of hair. It's gone. But why do you think Tyson wears a hat?
That's true, man. It's all gone.
I'll take it easy.
I got grays in the beard later, dude.
How we going?
Don't let him bring you down, man. You're bringing all this energy and positivity and all this excitement, and he took it right out of you.
Yeah, it's not hard to suck the life right out of you with this team. I mean, the team usually does it on their own.
And that's funny because
yeah,
half the chat loves negativity. So the guys like Curtis Russell are like, "This is great, I love it." The other half like, "Oh, everybody's so negative." There's never like a happy medium around here.
no. And we both said it, right? I mean, I think the moves they made today is very good. I don't think anybody in this fan base has faith in the coach, but look, the coach, they're making moves. Obviously, Glenn feels these pieces fit the defense. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I still think they're in a boat where they're probably, I mean, just look at the quarterback. They're not winning many games next year, but for today, they've made some good moves.
Yep. And I guess Connor Hughes is talking about, the Jets have a market. They're looking for the guards. This is fine. Apparently, the Jaguars want a second-round pick for Brian Thomas Jr. So I think a lot of being played out. I think teams like there's not a lot of wide receivers available, so probably several teams are calling the Jaguars for him too. So it's not like it's like the Jets, the Giants, a bunch of other teams. So and Romeo Doubs is out there as well. So it's going to be interesting, man. It's only the first day of free agency. A lot can happen. I'm curious to see. It's like guard, wide receiver, quarterback, and then you also got to see what happens in the draft too. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting, man.
Yeah. No, yeah. I'm curious what day 2 has in store. See how the rest of these trade market too plays out. A lot of different ways that they can improve this roster.
Do you think we should bring on a caller that's completely sidetracked by the World Baseball Classic?
Yeah, why not?
Sorry. Let me explain what happened. So it's Puerto Rico, Cuba. Winner goes to the quarterfinals, and Martin Maldonado hit a bases clearing double. So that's
we saw you were celebrating.
Yeah, that's why I was excited.
You were definitely excited. I saw you doing some salsa dancing or something over there.
Yeah, no, but how you guys doing?
What jersey are you wearing?
I'm actually wearing an honorary jersey, so it's Roberto Clemente.
Look at you, man. Got the jersey, the hat. You're ready.
Yeah, no, I watched it. Have you watched any of the games? They're actually really good.
No, we're doing this thing called a show, talking Jets right now.
No, I know, but you want to show any games that haven't taken place during this show.
Is that a flag on the bed too?
Yeah.
Damn, bro. You're fully decked out for this.
Like I said, this, it's like I take this shit very seriously.
You definitely do. Have you had any time to look at the Jets' moves while you're watching this baseball classic?
you know, I came in on the train. I was looking at some of the moves. Obviously, the big one I liked is the trade for Minka.
Okay.
Like, I like that because, you know, one is he's still a very good safety, so you know you need help in that secondary. It's you know, god awful, obviously. You know, and he's not, and you know he's not you know he's not young, but he's not at that point where you know he's cooked age wise. He's still under 30, so
Yep, he's 29.
29 is very good, you know. And then like I said, you didn't give up much for him, and you know I think you know. The contract is very good. So, yeah. I wanted to be fair, I thought the game was going to be more over by now, but they got rain. It got rained out. It got rain delayed, so that's why it's on right now. I thought
It's a rain delay?
Yeah, it got rain delayed. It was supposed to start at 7, and it would have probably been wrapping up right about now. But yeah, it would have been wrapped up by now. But yeah, like I said, it got rained out for like an hour. But
Okay.
no. Those,
Who do you want to be quarterback of the New York Jets?
I think I'm in agreement with you. Let's bring the prodigal son back.
Prodigal son, Gino?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's look, because you're right. The options are all terrible. I don't want Kyler. Like, I don't want Mr. I have to like babysit you to make sure you're not playing Call of Duty like 23 hours a day.
Yep. Yeah, this
You
Kyler
know,
Murray, the Kyler Murray rap is definitely not what you want for your culture changer and you're the leader of your quarterback.
I don't want that guy. Like seriously, you can't find the time to, you know, you're playing professional sport. You know, if you can't find the time to, you know, work on your actual job and, you know, prepare yourself to the utmost of your ability, then what the heck are you doing?
I agree. That's a good point, man. Very good point.
Yeah,
Bubs, your thoughts?
I agree. What are your thoughts on the Joseph Asai signing?
Sorry, no. All right, like I was only paying attention to the quarterback market of the safety trade. So I didn't
Okay,
get,
that's fair enough. No, it's fair. Listen, it's a busy day. People work doing things. It's hard to keep track of
I
everything.
I only got it because that was the first move they made. I was on the train coming back from work doing the graveyard shifts, then I passed out for most of the day, and I'm only up.
You passed out most of the day. Why is that, man? It was a beautiful day outside. Nice weather. You should be outside and enjoy yourself.
I work 8 to 12. I work from 12 to 8 in the so.
Oh, you work midnight to 8 in the morning?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you got home at what time?
I got home at like 10. I got home at 10 o'clock, so I breakfast.
A 2-hour ride home from work?
Yeah.
Holy, where do you work?
I work Hudson Yards.
And where do you live? Connecticut?
I live upstate New York.
So you have a 2-hour commute each way?
Oh yeah, you got to walk from Hudson. So here's the thing: you walk from Hudson Yards to Grand Central,
Right.
and then you take the train, which is it's a 20 minutes, and then that's an hour 30-minute ride. So it's an hour 30-minute ride up. So
You're a loyal employee, man. I couldn't do that. There's no way I could do that.
And no, it's exhausting, man. You know, that's why like I gotta, you know, like it's exhausting, but you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do to make a living.
That's right, man. You gotta pay the bills. They don't pay themselves. So I'm proud of you, man. That's a commitment to your job, man. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Well, have a good night, man. Thanks for calling in.
All right. Well,
wait, hold on. What are you drinking? What is that?
Well, I'm not going to drink this because this is light. This is basically lighter fluid.
What is? Let me see.
I got it for making tiki cocktails, or in case I ever get stuck anywhere, I need to quickly start a fire.
So you're gonna drink that if Puerto Rico wins?
Oh no, I'll probably bust out the 20-year age stuff.
What's the score of the game?
Like I said, Puerto Rico 3, Cuba nothing.
And a rain delay, right?
Yeah, there's a rain delay. And like I said, Maldonado hit Guy is retired. He only came out of retirement just to play this one last tournament, and he hits a base clearing double.
Oh, we saw it, man. If anybody watched the stream earlier on, we caught you live dancing around the room. So thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate it. Later, dude.
Have a good one.
Why? How come when he calls in, you get all quiet, man? You're scared to ask him questions?
I just never know where those calls are gonna go. I'm just containing my laughter.
The worst thing is, like, you try to have a good conversation.
He always has a bottle with him every time.
But it's like you try to have a conversation with him, and the chat is just endless on the side.
Yes.
That it's so distracting, man. You just get lost in the chat for 5 minutes. So
yeah, I guess so. I guess he just mainly in on the Minka trade.
Yeah, that's it. He mailed everything else in. He was so. What's up, man?
Hey guys, so I'm going to be your middle
How's it
guy
going?
because I'm not going to be negative or positive.
Not.
I think they did this today. Was building a pyramid. This is building the base of the pyramid mostly. Fitzpatrick as a safety was a good move. I mean, he's 29 years old. Come on, guys, talk to me. This isn't 30 years ago. I mean,
Yeah.
he's still got something in the tank.
Yep.
It wasn't that expensive. He's an experienced player. He can take over. He can be the captain of the secondary, quote unquote, or whatever. So that's valuable. Davis was obviously a cultural thing. That's a Parcells move. It really is. The guy's in there, and he also won't tolerate any bullshit from anybody. He doesn't owe anybody anything. He's not going to let players get around with crap. And the interesting part about that is with getting Davis, could that mean that they're going to take Arvel Risa too?
Yep.
Because if they're looking for it, and I think they will, I think honestly, that's my gut feeling because Davis is perfect for that. You got a young, talented linebacker coming in there. You got a guy like Davis back there, like a sponge. You can learn from him. So I'm really wondering if they're going to do that. I'm hoping, because again, I didn't really in the whole number 2 spot and who to draft. A lot of those guys are good. I'm not good enough to. So I'm not a scout.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to fight them on it. But I think that may indicate what they want to do there. I think in terms of the other players, they're solid players. I mean, some of them are young players that really haven't had the chance yet. They're in their mid-20s. They're not horrible, but they're not superstars. But you know what? You can do a lot with a defense like that. When you're rebuilding a defense, you start going after we're talking about the stars in the draft. We're talking about the stars in the draft, but you know what? If you don't have the rest of the players or you don't have depth, you're in trouble. And I think they were so bad with the defense. People are bitching because they didn't go for offensive players today. You know what? Given what's out there and given everything else, I really can't argue it.
It's day one, man. It's friggin' the first day of free. It's not even the first full day of free agency.
You got to remember, the typical fan, they want everybody. They want them to sign every superstar guy out there. They forget about salary caps. They forget about culture. I want this guy. I want that guy. Whatever.
Yeah, but but this is pretty much. We talked about this last night. This is pretty much gone as planned in terms of their approach going defense first. I mean, we all kind of thought the quarterback shoe would happen sooner than it did. But I mean, it could happen tonight. It could happen tomorrow morning. It's going to happen. But their defense was historically bad. It was gross. And they've added a lot of pieces to change it. Won't pan out. We have no idea. I remember this time last year, we were justifying Andre Cisco. Oh, he's a ball hawk. He's good.
Yeah.
And we ripped on friggin' Brandon Stevens. We called Brandon Stevens shit. He ended up being the best corner on the team. So we never know what could happen. He had a rough
start, but yeah, Stevens is solid. I mean, they've got pieces there. It's not like it was last year. Are these guys going to come together and gel? I don't know. That's going to be on Glenn, and it's going to be on the coaching. And I don't have the foggiest notion if you can do it or not. Let's see.
But the one common denominator with all these players, it's work ethic, it's character, it's leadership, it's high energy, the high motor. That relentless attitude translates all throughout the locker room, especially with all these young players, man. Like, there's so many young, impressionable players where if your leader is Demario Davis or Minka Fitzpatrick saying, listen, this is our way of doing business now. Either our way or you're out of here. This is how we study film. This is how we do our training. Like, it changes everything. And then when they leave, the next guy up, say it's Arvel Reese, he's the leader saying, listen, this is how we do things here. That's how you have your true foundation of an organization.
Well, the other thing is people are complaining about age, and I said the same thing like with Davis. The point is, yeah, we know it. He's got, he's played at an incredible level. I mean, the guy has kept himself in shape.
Yep.
And he really, I mean, he's crazy. He keeps himself going. He's motivated. But time will catch up to him. There's no doubt
Yeah,
about it.
100%.
You know, by the time he's 40, if he's still playing, I'd be really surprised. It's just the nature of the position. But the guy's
Yeah.
good. The point is, we don't care because this is what we're doing. We're building it for a future. I mean, in one sense, looking at next year, this is the transition year we should have seen this year.
We should have saw last year. Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
listen to me. I haven't changed years yet. We're still we're still technically in the 25.
But no, but you're right though. This is what they're doing this year. We should have did last year. It's like last year was a complete fucking shit show in terms of coaching, personnel, and everything else. And now they figured it out and put themselves on a hot seat at the same time.
Yeah, no, they're building the pieces the way, and in that I am happy with it. I mean, Muji's doing a good job. Is he the best GM in Jets history? I won't go into that because that gets into a tangled mess. Because they've had some good teams over the years. So the point is, it's very hard to sit back and say until they do something.
Yeah,
But
but
it
I
looks-
mean,
I'm
you gotta
happy with
be if you like even with Bubs, like dude, look at all the like he's made a lot of trades that make a lot of sense, and the value's been phenomenal. I mean, Bubs, like you look at that, you look at just his draft picks, it's pretty good, man.
Well, if you
Yeah, I
look
mean,
at it,
he
I'm sorry, go ahead, Bubs. I didn't.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, he's done a lot of good things. There's been a lot of good moves, but at the end of the day, we said it last night. He's 3-14 as a GM, so you know you want to see these have got to start turning into wins. You know, these moves and these trades, and a lot of that falls on the coaching. But for Muji, there's been a lot more positive signs with Muji than Glenn. That's for sure.
Well, you also
when
have to keep
compare
in
the two.
mind that last year, that by any account, Muji wasn't his own man. He is this year. That's what's really giving me hope. Muji's showing a lot of independence. I'm sure Glenn has feedback. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
When they bring in Demario Davis, that's a Glenn approved whatever.
Yep.
He's not going to go out there and bring in players just like Douglas and bring in players because he likes them and not even think of the coaching. Of course he does. But he's showing that independence. What's going to be interesting is on the offensive side.
Yep.
That's the one thing that's going to be interesting. Somebody in the chat I saw asked if, they thought that Glenn was going to be involved in the offense. And I don't think so. I think if he had been, they would have gone for Kyler Murray. I'm almost certain of it. They would have tried to get Murray because he wants a running quarterback and he's out of it now. In terms of who to get for quarterback, the point is you look at the quarterbacks that were out there before the dominoes, what's fallen so far, right? So basically what you have is you have some, leaving Murray out of it, you've got some experienced quarterbacks who have more holes. A lot of them have holes like Swiss cheese. I mean, there's things in them that aren't good. Carr was hurt, and then maybe he doesn't want to come. Maybe he doesn't want to come. Cousins, we know what he's like. His arm is probably shot too. I think his body's shot. But anyhow, he's experienced, but we know what he is.
Yep.
You have the other various quarterbacks. We've got the people saying go for Mac Jones, who the hell knows if he's any good, if he is any good, or if he's just Shanahan. People were saying Malik Willis. Well, he was under LaFleur. You've got other guys who want the McGee's and they want.
But now it's like now that you've had a lot of these guys have already signed now. So now it's like if you narrow out Cousins and Carr because they don't want to come here, that's fine. So you have what? You have Geno, you have Kyler Murray, or trade for somebody. There's not a lot of options out there.
Well,
man.
and then of course you have the other more fanciful ones, which drive me absolutely up the wall, and I want to kill somebody. Is when they start coming up with the Will Levises and stuff like that.
Man.
Oh, these guys, they're really good, but they have bad coaching and bring them. It's a reclamation project. So you know what? This is the worst place in the world. It's just stupid to start. And then they'll say, well, no, have a veteran, but have them behind him. There's no sense. You might as well just have a rookie because you're taking the same chance. At least choose somebody you like and you know what they are and stuff like that. There's a lot of fanciful stuff out there. I agree with you. I don't want to see Wentz in here. The guy is everything I've read. He's locker room toxicity from one end to the other. Very self-involved. He's not a leader. He's not somebody that's going to go to the other guys and say, hey, guys, cut the shit. Let's do this.
Well, you need because Wentz has that, I guess he's like that dividing, this I guess, divisive factor about him where like some guys in the locker room don't like him. He's overbearing. He's this, he's that, where it's like, okay, you can't, at this point, the Jets can't afford all that shit. They just can't.
No.
And
the other thing is he going to be any good? The point was, Wentz at one point, we thought he was the big deal. The fact that he hasn't started, the fact he's been bouncing around as a backup tells you something.
Yep.
Because if they saw something in him, he would have been starting. And he's
But
not.
the other interesting thing is there's only so many starting jobs left too. It's not like there's a ton of jobs left. So guys could say, you know what, I don't want to go play for the Jets. Well, if the Vikings sign Kyler Murray and Aaron Rodgers goes back to the Steelers, where the hell are you going to play? Like there's only so many jobs
Yeah.
available,
I mean,
man.
Guys like, I mean, a guy like, I don't know, and again, I really don't know, but a guy like a Cousins or a Carr, they're kind of in the position where Carr is kind of like, well, it'd be nice, and maybe I'll get a contender, and maybe, you
Yeah.
know, these guys are jerking around too. They quite honestly, they're in a position where they were almost retired. Now they're saying, well, maybe I'll come back. Cousins is a specific. Where's he going to go? I don't know. I mean, everybody was saying the Vikings. I don't think the Vikings will get him.
Nope.
I think I would suspect you're right that Murray's going to end up there. That O'Connell's going to want him there. He knows he can't do whatchamacallit. That he can't.
You can't
stay
trust
with
JJ McCarthy. So
No. And if I hear one more, I mean, there's still Jets fans saying, "Oh, we should try to get him." The guy was garbage going in. Come on, guys. This is not a good quarterback. He wasn't.
So
So,
what's on your wish list for tomorrow? What are you looking for?
you know, at this point, I'm just going to lay back and let them do it because I'd like to see them. I mean, it'd be great if we can get a wide receiver. I don't know if they're going to get Thomas.
Jawan
suspect
Jennings is
that-
still out there.
Hmm?
Jawan Jennings is still out there.
Yeah.
He's going to get huge money though.
Ups, yeah,
Is
him
he
and
free
Dobbs.
agent or is he a trade?
He's a free agent.
both.
Dobbs
Yeah.
is going to also. Dobbs isn't the greatest, but he's going to get.
He's going to get paid.
He's going to any wide receivers. I mean, come on. You're talking about even mediocre receivers are pushing well over 20. So it's like,
Yeah.
and that's
The Alec Pierce
That's what they
contract
need.
was ridiculous.
Yep.
I mean, they're overpaying for wide receivers. I don't think they're going to get it. They might pick up. I could see them getting somebody that's out there if there's like a second tier receiver or something like that they think is good, or one of these guys that hasn't had a chance. I don't see it. My guess is, but it's possible that they may try to pick up Ryan Thomas. I doubt it. I would be a trade anyhow, I believe. So it doesn't matter. That's a trade.
Yep.
And if you're trading a second, you know what? Well, you're getting a receiver. If the guy's good enough, you've gotten the risk is out of it. Because you get a second round receiver, who the hell knows if they'll make it?
Yep.
I
Yeah,
think
so-
you're gonna see. I don't know what they're gonna do. The other thing I'd like to see, I would like them to try to pick up a guard someplace because now we're between. Unfortunately, I'm not sure you can. But even if they can get a guy like, if there's somebody out there, and I don't even know who's out there. I don't keep track of all the guys. Bubs and these guys do much better than I ever did to run to. But like, is there a guard out you can pick up there that's serviceable, right? And then you can sit back because they're not re-signing ABT. He doesn't want to come back. I wouldn't re-sign him. It's just too risky. What you're looking for is a guy like Myers, at least for now.
Yeah.
And then maybe in the draft, target a guard someplace. If there's somebody in the first, let's say the third or fourth round, that's a halfway decent guard that they think they can work with, then it'll be a case where the other guy starts and then the guard. Because at this point, coming in and saying we need a perfect offensive line, you know what, guys? You've got good players out there already. And if you bring in a guy who's solid, who's not particularly, he's not great, but he's just average, he can hold out. And if you've drafted a guy, you give him some time to learn. He can come in. He can pull in, do what Membu did and Fasano did when they came in. You can do the same thing. So that's in the draft. I think they're going to try. I'm guessing they're going to try. They may try to find another corner because, I mean, right now, what do we have out there? We got Stevens. We've got
Brownlee, AZ Thomas.
and AZ Thomas. AZ Thomas, he's coming off an injury. We don't know how good he is. He shows some signs, but we don't know how good he was. Brownlee's a slot, so he's a slot corner. He's not a standard.
Who else did they? Bubs, who else did they have on the team? I forget the corners the Jets had. Who else did they have on the team?
I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, it was no outside of those three guys. It was like they had Jasir Taylor was back there.
Oh yeah.
They traded for him, and then I think it was Jordan Clark. I think another one. I'm not sure exactly what Taylor's contract was. I know they dealt.
There wasn't anybody that good. So
Jasir Taylor stinks.
He was terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I
him
think
like Sam Womack. That was
I'd
like
also
that.
like to see. I
They
mean,
were
if they
all
can
out
get
there during that
somebody
Bills
cheap-
game.
Oh,
I guess-
Quantez Stiggers too. I forgot about that.
Oh,
Yeah, Stiggers. Yeah, Stiggers.
But you can also get like the
Yeah.
other things I'd like to see. I'd like to see him pick up some depth on the offensive line. Pick up if you can get him cheap enough. Maybe get these guys on 1-year deals so you have depth because we know what the offensive line. Somebody goes down, you need that. Defensively, I don't know. I'm not going to answer about the defensive line, and they're going to be drafting in that area anyhow. I wouldn't be surprised if 2 and 16 are still defense, even after all this.
Oh, dude,
They might see a
dude,
Reese too.
listen, you can go 2, you can go Arvell Reese, you can go David Bailey. At 16, I'm going wide receiver. I'm not even thinking twice about that.
That's not. I mean, obviously, we need a receiver. If they can't pick up, and again, the odds of picking up somebody good in free agency.
Yeah, but I don't like the thing I hate with the Jets. Well, maybe not with Muji, but historically, when they have a like, oh, this wide receiver class is loaded, they like, oh, we'll get one in the 4th round or the 5th round. No. Get them in the 1st round now. Get the top
By
of
the
the
way,
class, not the
I'm
bottom of
not-
the class. Like
Tyson, I can't argue with you.
they get too cute sometimes at
I'm
that.
wondering about their mentality though in the
Yeah.
draft.
But
Will
thanks
they
for
do
calling.
that?
Thanks for calling, man. We appreciate
You
it.
got to get somebody else on.
Have a good night, man.
Take care, guys.
Have a good one.
But that's the one. That's the one thing, Bubs. Though with wide receiver, like so many times, like the wide receiver class is loaded, and it's like they wait and they wait and they wait. Not Muji necessarily, but like I mean, they took Aaron Smith last year, which is a complete disaster. But to me, it's like if you want to go Arvell Reese at 2, Bailey, Sonny Styles, cool. 16's got to be a receiver for me. It's non-negotiable.
Yeah. Got to be a playmaker. Get a legitimate number 2 next to Garrett. Start building this offense up. Build around most likely your, whatever quarterback you take in 2027. Mekhi Lemon, Jordan Tyson, Carnell Tate, Denzel Boston's a name we've talked about. A lot of these guys, Surratt, more of a day 2 option. So, there's some good names out there. I was just looking too, like Trey Brown. I believe Jasir Taylor was a free agent. So yeah, it'd be Stiggers. That's it. And Stiggers is primarily just a special teamer. You're adding some depth. I thought Amik Robertson was an option, but he signed. So
Well, see, now this is a good question from K Dude. If they trade for Brian Thomas Jr., well, then you got a little more flexibility then, because then that's in theory your number 2 to Garrett Wilson. You have A.D. Mitchell. It's not such a pressing need then. Then it's like you can do more quick. But then it's like right now it's a glaring hole for me.
No, yeah, right now it's the next big hole. That and guard are the 2 big remaining holes, specifically offense, because they haven't addressed that yet. And even if you go out and get Brian Thomas Jr., you go out and get another receiver in the draft, add that with Garrett and an A.D. Mitchell as well, and you feel good about your 4 receivers. Plus, Isaiah Williams showed some good things last year. He could be like a number 5 for you. I don't think that's the worst. I don't think you could do that bad with Isaiah Williams as your 5th receiver. Showed you some good things. Obviously, a good special teamer as well.
Yeah, I mean, the more flexibility you get in the draft, the better off you are, because you don't have to be desperate and kind of reach or just kind of panic and do things like that. So I'd like to see that. So we got day 1. What's up, man?
What's going on?
How you doing, man? Are you excited today or what?
It's definitely picked up my interest. I like what they did. They started to get more older, more experienced, more guys that are gritty, I would say.
It's true.
I like the Fitzpatrick, Minka. Always liked him, whether he was with the Dolphins or the Steelers. Then there was Demario Davis. I think it's more about leadership rather than. He's very productive, but the only thing that scares me, he's 37 years old, and all it takes is one.
A lot
hit.
of miles in his tires, man.
All it takes is one hit, and that's it. But if he could be a mentor to Sherwood and whoever else they get in linebacker room, I like that. I like Onyemata. I heard about him.
Yep.
He's very good at his position.
He's nasty.
Very good. I saw that they signed Belton and stuff. So yeah, they definitely been productive. Osai, I haven't really seen that many Bengals games, but they doing something. They doing something. What I would have liked to seen today was they go after Mariota, but Commanders, they need a mentor in case JD5 get hurt, and well, unfortunately this year he got hurt, so Mariota did well. Yeah, so all we got left.
There's a lot.
Yeah, if Gino,
you need 2 quarterbacks, you need a guard, you need a wide receiver, probably need a corner.
Corner, yeah, it's not too many corners really available.
Another
like
linebacker
that.
wouldn't hurt.
Another linebacker wouldn't hurt either.
I still want Lloyd because he's still available. but
gonna
they're
get
going
big
to
money.
overpay for him. And Carolina's in the mix.
Well, the
so-
problem you have too, if you want to pay Lloyd, you just gave DeMario money. Jamie Sherwood's making a ton of money. How much money you can invest in the linebacker position?
Exactly. That's the thing. But I mean, if he's still out there, and you know Carolina looks elsewhere, you never know. You might be able to at least give him an offer. You know, Chanel
Yeah.
too, still available.
I like Chanel a lot, man. I like him a lot. And Tariq Woolen too, another good player. That makes your team very interesting on defense.
And as a physical corner, we haven't had that since what? Cromartie and Revis, I believe. That's been
Cromartie wasn't known to be all that physical, but he's a phenomenal athlete. Revis was kind of physical. But yeah, I'm not saying you want those. Well, you want corners that can cover and just a little more. They're more well rounded, not just like one. You know, they're good against the pass and suck against the run too. I mean, DJ Reed wasn't bad. DJ Reed was a good player.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was a nice number 2 next to Sauce.
Yeah, DJ Reed was a number 1 when he played because you know we all thought Sauce was going to be great, but things didn't turn out well. I am, however, concerned, you know, because again, I like Gino. You know, he's serviceable when he has an O-line.
Here comes the but
yeah. Look what happened. Like everybody's talking about Oakland
Las Vegas.
What happened to his his last season in Seattle? Because Seattle still had a very good offensive line. It just he regressed in his last season before he went over to Oakland.
Go ahead, Bubs.
So
Go ahead,
that's
Bubs.
why,
Wait, go ahead, Bubs. You got a comment. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think he was his time in Seattle was, if you get what Gino did in Seattle, I think exceed expectations here. I mean, he won 10 games last year. I know they went on and won the Super Bowl with Darnold, and the year he left, they won, and I get all that. But he threw for 4,300 yards in 2024. He threw for 4,200 yards in 2022. He threw for 30 touchdowns in 2022. Like, if you're telling me you're getting 20 to 23 touchdowns out of Gino, you take it. I take what he did in Seattle. That was his resurgence.
His last year in Seattle, he threw for 4,300 yards, 21 touchdowns, 15 interceptions.
I believe for that. Yeah, 100%. I believe his completion percentage was up over 70% that year too. He was completing a high clip. Now, he was throwing a ton of passes. Is he going to attempt, 550, 560 plus passes? Probably not. You're not going to be 35, 40 pass attempts per game. It's going to be more of a balanced attack where you're running the ball a lot more. You're probably looking more at your 20 to 25, 23 range. But if you tell me Gino comes in here and gives what he did in 2024, you take that. I know he had the 15 interceptions that season, and he's going to turn the ball over, but that's it. Like, that's going to happen. He's going to turn it over.
That kind of play we haven't seen in years.
Yeah, and NJ Lauren actually brings up a good point, because Charles London that year, and they also had Ryan Grubb, who was their OC, who was a one and done. I think he ended up actually going to Alabama, but he was a one and done. And I remember talking to a Seahawks guy about this last season. That was McDonald's like 4th choice for coordinator. He wanted Kafka was higher on his list. There was a couple other names. Grubb was a one and done, and then they went out and got Kubiak. So there's that aspect too with Gino in 2024. He was dealing with Charles London and a one and done OC. And I'm not saying Frank Reich's this great OC, all that, but you tell me Gino goes out there, throws for 4,300 yards, 21 touchdowns, we would be doing cartwheels.
You would be.
Yeah. But I would just, I just wouldn't, at this point, because again, I'm still saying get somebody like a Sam Howell, somebody that played
to be your quarterback one,
not quarterback one, but just to compete for it. Because
if you want to bring in Gino and Sam Howell, I'm cool with it. I'm down with it.
I don't mind Sam Howell, a younger option. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Anything but when starting.
Yep, that's how
I can't take when starting.
Yeah, Gino gonna start, but just stability somewhere, at least in the quarterback room, because what even if we have Gino, who's the backup option like God forbid, let's just say because Geno gets hurt, something like that.
Well, you got to go something like Geno, Andy Dalton, Geno, Tyrod, something like that. You got to have another guy because the guy you draft can't play this year, not till like week 15, week 16, like way at the end of the season when shit's already over. But I agree. I think everybody on the same page saying we need 2 veteran quarterbacks. There's no doubt about that.
I mean, we'll see. That's competent.
Hey, I wouldn't do. You want to do
play.
Geno and Flacco? Fine with me. I don't care.
You see Oscar the Grouch, Sam Howell versus Geno, trash versus garbage.
Thanks for calling in, man. We
Anyways,
appreciate it.
That's funny.
Yo,
Wait,
no
dude.
doubt. Good night.
Somehow we almost hit 2 hours tonight, and this is only day 1 of free agency. So
Yeah, it's a long show. Flacco. I don't know. I just know what's gonna happen with Flacco. He's gonna come here. He's gonna turn into a statue again. People forget Flacco.
Why did you let Jack Straw bring you down, dude? Your whole demeanor changed after that call.
I haven't been big on Flacco throughout this, but yeah, I guess it's because we started talking quarterbacks again.
All right,
I guess
so-
that'll bring you down. But I'm okay with Geno.
Before we wrap this up, we got a lot of holes. Will the Jets have a starting quarterback in place tomorrow, and who is it?
Yeah, I guess so. It's Geno. I think they actually get Geno.
I think so.
And then I still think Wentz is here, but I'd prefer them just trade for Dalton. I'd take Dalton as a backup over Wentz.
Yep.
I'd even take Tyrod. I'd take a lot of guys over Wentz. Again, if Wentz is the backup, it's not my ideal thing, but I could live with it. I can't live with him being the starter.
Yep.
But I think you could do a lot better too with Wentz with not being a backup. I just think it's inevitable because Frank Reich likes him a lot, knows the system. But I'm going to say, I don't know. I could see a world too where they sign Wentz first. And then, Wentz stinks. Like, he's awful. But it's just, you connect the dots. It feels like it's going to happen.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind Dalton. I wouldn't mind Dalton, Geno.
Well, day 1 of free agency is done. Thank you guys all so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Thank all the callers and Ali for that crazy super chat. That's nuts. We appreciate it. Tomorrow, 7 o'clock tomorrow. I think I'm on Ian's channel. Maybe we'll do something tomorrow. What, are you free tomorrow night?
Yeah, I should be.
So we'll maybe do
I
one
think
tomorrow
so.
night too. We'll see. We'll maybe add another one in here so we can get some quarterback talk in here.
Yeah.
See where the Jets are going. But thank you guys for the support. We appreciate it, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yes.
J-E-T